his involvement in global affairs, like his moral compass causes others to also take action, causes others who have power to also take action. He literally makes people, I don't know, I just saw like a lot of what I've tried to do with commentary in general, which is like to influence others to also do right and to defend vulnerable people. Like sometimes it's okay to do good.
Anyways, guys, we're gonna be covering everything we didn't get to last stream. There's a bunch of new that happened recently with Hasan. Apparently, recently he called out ContraPoints. I wanted to bring this up because we actually talked about it last time, and I wanted to see what kind of happened here.
Remind people that there is space to be anti-Genocide, but also against Israel. Thank you, ContraPoints.
All right, so we covered ContraPoints on the channel before. I thought her take was reasonable, but I didn't read her huge Omega post, this one that was posted here, because I just don't care. I'm posting this to Reddit instead of Twitter, hopefully to minimize the fragment being clipped out of context. And serious apologies to the mods. So many leftists feel betrayed because I haven't made a video on Palestine. Do they actually? It's a tweet here explaining how I guess ContraPoints thinks that like there is issues on both sides, not really coming out and saying free Palestine and Israel like everybody wanted. So Hasan interacts with this and sees that Ethan Klein has sent support to ContraPoints' way, and this is his response.
But yeah, of course, podcaster Ethan Klein voices support for ContraPoints on his Instagram. It is important to remind people that there is space to be anti-Genocide, but also against escalating Israel. Thank you, ContraPoints. It's important to remind people that there is space to be anti-Genocide, pro-Palestine, but also against Israel. It is my belief that any lasting peace must have two elements: Palestinian self-determination and secure borders for Israel.
I think Ethan Klein has effortlessly put himself in a position where he can give a reasonable take that 99% of people would probably agree with, but he's already been in so much drama and there is so much bad blood here that no matter how reasonable it looks, Hasan will still crash out, creating clips like what I think we're about to see.
Israel. Without both, peace fails. Many leftists would rather focus on purity tests and social credits than having a meaningful and realistic conversation about creating a lasting peace. The reaction to your post will prove my point, unfortunately.
So Ethan lays the groundwork right here saying, hey, I'm going to go post like a general reasonable stance on Israel-Palestine right now, and I'm going to commend you for your position. And these people are going to watch this clip and sound fucking crazy. Let's see how Hasan reads that information knowingly and then chooses to interact with the material.
This is the other side of the story. Annihilating Israel. Dog, you're a fucking Nazi, okay? When you say...
Okay, so like this went well. This went good. This is good. This is what Ethan wanted. Yeah, that was the goal. Goal listened and received. There it is.
Israel.
Yeah, like, you can't write it better. I didn't mean to like preempt it super hard, but yeah, he walks into everything like a fucking freight train.
Dog, you're a fucking Nazi, okay? When you say annihilating Israel, what you're talking about is the perspective that Israel should have democracy for everyone. Israel should not do an ethnic cleansing, and Israel should allow the Palestinians, who literally it occupies every fucking facet of existence of, breathing room, okay? Meaningful existence.
Okay.
Treat them like fucking human beings.
Does Ethan not think that Palestinians should be treated like human beings? Is that not something he has said on multiple occasions should be the case?
Instead of a parasitic force that must be excised. That is unacceptable.
So someone's like, so you're just cool with Israel existing? I don't know if you're memeing, but yeah, obviously. 100%, yeah. Like, yeah, I mean, that's like, dude, we called this early on in the drama that they can agree on 99% of positions, but if Ethan doesn't concede that Israel should be fucking like disbanded or something, they're going to come around and just say like he's the worst person on planet Earth, call him a right-winger. Now they're just straight up calling him a Nazi. Like, we've seen this from the very beginning. It's not really a big shocker to anybody watching these clips, but ultimately, I mean, I don't know. Hearing him call Ethan a Nazi is still worth showing, I guess.
Why? Because you're a Zionist, and you have the exact same hysterical fear that is rooted within Islamophobia and ethno-religious supremacist attitudes. Palestinians and Jews can never get along. Palestinian Muslims, Palestinian Christians, and Jews can never live in the same place. That is exactly what people said in apartheid South Africa. Black people and white people can't.
Okay, I don't know anything about... You know what's fucked? This is actually how fucked I am on politics. The only thing I know about South Africa is from Coach Red Pill. I've told this story before, and this is more bullshit that I don't care about, that I learned against my will. So Coach Red Pill said that, like, if Joe Biden wins the presidency or something, right? You might know him as Gonzalo Lira. If Joe Biden won the presidency, it wouldn't be safe to stay in America. So he moved to South Africa because he thought that white people in South Africa would be safer. Then he went on saying that the white people are being slaughtered by black people in South Africa, and South Africa is no longer safe to live in. Okay? That's what he said. Again, far right. His name is Coach Red Pill. All right. Obviously, I don't know. I'm not doing any research on this. I just think it's funny that he kept going from place to place to place. So then he goes, I'm moving to Ukraine. I'm not kidding. He went from, so it was like Joe Biden's presidency and SJWs in America and pronouns. I'm moving to South Africa. Then it was South Africa is slaughtering white people. And then it was, I'm moving to Ukraine. And that's where he died, just to be clear. So he moved to Ukraine. I guess he took his, and it wasn't just him, he took his family. Supposedly his family did get out. I did ask him this personally. But this was around the time that I was close friends with Dylan Burns. And Dylan Burns was on the front lines watching people fucking mow down Russians or whatever. Like, he was doing wartime journalism about a mile away from actual combat zones. So I had Dylan on stream to talk about Ukraine back then. Because I was friends with him and I thought it would be interesting to talk about, and I was kind of into the Twitch poll thing, and I interviewed him on stuff like that. And then the next day I had gotten a call from Coach Red Pill, and I asked him, like, why are you staying in Ukraine right now? It's a war zone. And he's like, it's safer here than it is in America. But if you find out that PPP, Andy Worski, or Ethan Klein talked about me, you have to let me know, because there's this list called Mierkulis, and I wouldn't know what this is unless it came out of his mouth, where apparently journalists that were Russia affiliated, because he was on Russian television, he was on these lists, and he said they were called kill lists. So this Mierkulis list thing, I don't know if this is a word, or if you've ever heard of this phrase. I don't know, maybe someone would know about it. Apparently they were checking this list as you'd reach checkpoints, and if you were on the list, Coach Red Pill said that he'd be either arrested or shot and killed straight there. I don't know any. I have no idea, but what I do know is he's obviously dead now. But we thought he was dead, and then he, like, returned, and then they arrested him, and he died of, like, I think COVID in jail. Was it COVID? Was he, like, unvaxxed? I know maybe he died from, like, an pneumonia or something. But he died in Ukrainian jail or something. So yeah, he left America because it wasn't safe, moved to South Africa, fled South Africa, moved to Ukraine, and died. So I guess the moral of the story is that pronouns are not as dangerous as wartime journalism, or I don't know, going to random foreign countries to rebuild your life in war zones or something. So yeah, that's it. Ethan Ralph, not Klein. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say Ethan Klein? No, it wasn't Ethan Klein. It was Ethan Ralph, like the Ralph retort, not the Klein retort, dude. It was the Klein retort. There is actually a Klein retort moment coming up in here, but it's not Ethan. I have to show you this. It's insane. The lore on Dan Saltman doxing allegations is insane, because I was all ready to like blast him on stream today, and I actually saw something that was like, oh, yeah, this is just a really shitty situation. We'll check that out in a little bit.
Live side by side. That's exactly what people said in segregationist South, in the Jim Crow South.
Holy fuck. Okay, dude. Awesome. Okay, dude.
That's what they said against the abolition of slavery.
I can't. What about Ethan's paragraph here implies, like, it being comparable to the Jim Crow South? I'm sorry. I'm very specific about this when we talk about it, and I hope you got it from the last thing I just said. I'm not a politics guy. You're watching this to hear about YouTubers slapping each other, right? I don't try to give you... If I talk about politics and I get something wrong and it makes you upset and you don't think you can trust me to come back for politics, I think that's okay. I'll try not to talk about it next time. I don't know. Unfortunately, all the YouTubers who are slap fighting each other are doing it in the name of a fucking desert conflict trillions of miles away from my house. And I'm doing the best to talk about the slap fight part, but sometimes the politics leaks into it, and this is one of those times. I have no fucking idea. Just to be clear, I have no fucking idea. So don't come to watch me to get my political take on this. What is your take on cashmere? I think they're better sweaters, aren't they? That's a good sweater. Is that an expensive sweater?
Anti-Semitism being a real bigotry does not change this dynamic. This is why people say you are a Zionist, simply claiming that you're anti-genocide, but then spending every fucking waking moment talking about how, well, sorry, you know, these Muslims and these Christian Palestinians, these Muslim Palestinians, and these Jews, they can't live together because that would annihilate all the Jews. That'd be a Holocaust.
Dude, thank God all of these Americans have chimed in on the overseas conflict. I don't get it, bro. I don't get how we fucking spend our entire day talking about Israel, Palestine. I have no idea. How did bro read this and go, Ethan is a Nazi? Also, why is he putting words in Ethan's mouth? It does kind of feel like he's pulling up a straw man here and be like, no, this is what Ethan Klein believes. Isn't that crazy, guys? But that is kind of how Hasan operates. He can't just operate in good faith. It's Nicholas DeOrio is a fucking... Did he ever actually reference the URR funny meter? I don't know if he ever mentioned the funny meter specifically, but that was a snark talking point. But it's like Nick is a neo-Nazi, fucking crypto-fascist, and his take on this is wrong. It's never just like, oh, his take is wrong. It's that he's a neo-Nazi fascist and runs a Nazi podcast or something. Isn't that the guy? Yeah. But the funny meter was off of the snark subreddit. Dude, guys, did you know on URR we've done 10 episodes where we grade raped women crying on how funny it was when their tears hit the fucking table? I missed it. I didn't know we did that, but I mean, I appreciate the people who know my content better than me to let me know about it. Come on, Hasan, are you really saying that Israel could exist without any outside aid? That the countries around it wouldn't love to see it destroyed? We need Palestinians, right? And I guess this goes back to their conversation, if I remember correctly, where they were arguing on whether, I think Ethan had an issue with Hasan saying they should open their borders after October 7th. Fuck, is that right? Did I get it right? Is that what they're talking about here? Because he's like, what should they do after October 7th? And Hasan said, open the border. I think that's right. I think that's right. Ethan writes that Palestinian self-determination is one of two components necessary for peace. I guess we're going to move off of this now, but the most frustrating part for me is that, especially in the beginning of this conflict, not really so much now, people would say this is a very complex situation that's occurring in the Middle East, and then you'd get like some asshole who replies back to your tweet saying, fuck you. It's actually super simple, free Palestine. It's like, no, the fuck it's not. If it was super simple, it would have been resolved sometime in the last 100 years. No, it's not super simple. There's a whole lot of facets here, okay? And I guarantee the person who tweets that knows just about as much as I do. You're not a coward if you want to actually engage with some of this and you care enough to do some research about it. I commend you if you're better than me if that's what you want to do.
I need to do more PR.
I feel like he does enough PR. Maybe he's not affiliated with those random glazing newspaper fucking things, but like I feel like he has to be, right? There's no way that there are like these female journalists. I guess there was one male journalist. I don't want to typecast here, lining up to glaze this guy and do like a PR cock glaze.
And like by that I mean not PR in like the real media space, because like in mainstream media I have a pretty decent.
He's in New York City right now. Dude, you know what that feels like, finding out Hasan Piker is in the same fucking state as me right now? Oh, they don't have a good yeah, there it is, dude. Look, this is what I feel like right now, finding out that that fucking Hasan Piker is in New York. I actually rode this ride a couple of weeks ago, but JD Vance just arrived in Disneyland and is now being like walked through by security. People were like, oh, he's probably not going there. I'm just picturing JD Vance walking with a big ass lollipop right through Disneyland. People, dude, there are so many posts being like, I would confront him in real life if I saw him or something. Yeah, I don't think you'd get the chance, buddy. But yeah, he's walking through. That's so funny, dude. That's the same vibes I get when I find out Hasan is in the same state as me.
I have a tremendous number of articles that people write about me, and it's awesome, and it's great.
He's addressing the articles.
Shouts out the mainstream news. But I need to do PR in the internet space, because there are a lot of like random content creators who just get all of their information from like Reddit.
Does he want to start paying off commentary YouTubers to glaze him more? Is there not enough Hasan Piker dick sucking on social media right now? We need to find someone bigger than Ethan Klein to attack Ethan Klein immediately.
So if you were to just look at Reddit, or if you were to look at just like controversy, I feel like the way I'm perceived in this in the sphere of...
Dude, there's going to be the worst astroturfed white guy coming out to defend Hasan that you've never heard of that has 1 million subscribers in the next 6 months. I'm calling it right now.
Influencers is like dramatically different than the way I'm perceived in the adult politics world, right?
If you take the bag, if Hasan offers me All right, Hasan would have to double what I make in a year, and then I'll become a Hasan Piker glazer. If he can double my annual income, I will immediately start. I'll counterwind it, dude.
Almost feels like it almost feels
He needs to double my annual income.
like these are two alternative realities. Now, obviously, for my audience, like
people have been like, "Oh, Nick sold out." I go, "You haven't seen selling out. If he doubles my annual income, that's it, bro."
mainstream news is way more important. But it does annoy me sometimes when I have like this.
No, dude, everyone wants to call me a grifter. It's fine. If you could double my annual income, I'll grift whatever you want me to grift. What if what if Ethan quadruples it? Well, you know what? If Ethan quadrupled it, okay, I would go straight into fucking. You can't even walk straight into fucking Patek, but I would have a brand new fucking solid gold watch. That's what I would have.
This notion.
Dude, if they quadrupled it, we're going straight to Lamborghini immediately.
Did he see these already? Oh, I haven't seen these yet. The idea of like how I'm perceived by adults who in the political world versus how I'm perceived by like my immediate fucking peers.
You know what? I'm going to give a hot take right here. I feel like adults don't know who Hasan Piker is. I assume they would, right? I assume that if you're talking about, like, in family conversations and stuff, they know who Cenk Uygur is. So I assume they might have heard of Hasan Piker. And I've noticed whenever this comes up, they don't. They actually don't. That's my go-to. Because everyone has their go-to, like, what's going on in the... What do you do right now? What have you been talking about? What's a thing you talk about? And I don't mention, like, Ethan Klein type drama or, like, iDubbbz, because I know they're not going to know who that is. But I assume that, like, Hasan Piker's been on Piers Morgan, Hasan Piker's been in the New York Post, Hasan Piker's been here, and they don't know who he is. So then I'm stuck, and it's like, oh, I got to think of another person or something when it comes up in conversation. And they just don't know Hasan. So I don't know if the adult political world really knows who Hasan Piker is. I could be wrong about it. Maybe it's a local thing, but nobody seems to know who the fuck this guy is around me.
Seen these yet?
Smaggle said, when I was sick a couple of weeks ago, my parents, not knowing who Hasan was, randomly started watching a Hasan college lecture. Really? Adults don't know him. That's why they keep thinking he's a normal guy. And it blows my mind because, like, I feel like he would be the most noticeable person. Like, he's been on with AOC. He was the top political streamer on Twitch prior to Asmongold doing fucking MAGA content. Okay. He's collaborated with tons of larger influencers. He used to go to all the parties. There are people who are known in normie land on YouTube. I feel like Hasan Piker's, like, he's got to be bigger than Jake Paul was in 2020, right? 2019, like when Jake Paul was first doing Team 10 and blowing up his neighborhood. I feel like Hasan Piker now is at like a higher level than even that was, right?
The idea.
Thank you for hitting the goal. Appreciate it.
Of like how I'm perceived by adults who in the political world.
No way, really? 2017? I'm talking about when Jake Paul set his pool on fire. Maybe just prior to Everyday Bro. I feel like he'd be a similar level of social clout.
Versus how I'm perceived.
No, I'm getting annihilated. Dude, my whole chat is mogging me right now. I'm totally getting crushed.
By like my immediate fucking peer.
He's got like 30,000 returning fans. Maybe I guess I just think Hasan Piker is like bigger than he actually is. Maybe I keep thinking we're talking about like a whale right now. We're talking about a dolphin. This is actually blowing my fucking mind, dude.
Years.
Why is the text on your sweater censored? Oh, why is it centered? Because this is actually the hoodie that Shelbo is selling. You could buy this hoodie from the crazy homeless guy. He actually sold shoes as well. It's a Shelbo reference.
In the Twitch sphere that only look at like, only associate my content with like drama that other people are trying to constantly create around me is fucking annoying.
Well, then maybe Hasan actually has a point here. If more people are finding out who Hasan Piker is from Ethan and me and fucking Turkey Tom, then maybe he does have a PR problem. Maybe he does. Maybe he needs some more counter ops. I just assume that Hasan Piker had like IRL relevance, and I guess he just doesn't. I don't know. That. Drama is terrorist
You
supporting.
need to be like
True.
Uncle Sam and not be aware of anything on the internet. Yeah, but the problem is like I'm also very online. I'm a lot more online than Uncle Sam is.
Just don't be. Dude, I don't know how the fuck he deals with it. I mean, I would go crazy too. I think that like getting offline is like the most important thing you could possibly do. I saw somebody made a fucking post being like, Nick says that he's offline, but he's wrote on Reddit posts 30 times in the past week or something. They like read through my whole Reddit and they pulled up screenshots of me writing on like r/Ray-Bans. I was like, oh shit, dude, you got me. Turbo Online interacted with r/Ray-Bans this week, right? I don't know, dude. I think that like if you had that many fans, that many haters, that big of a community, you can't have like a Discord server. You need to turn it off. I think you'd go crazy.
You've done so many less collabs with your friends so far, and it sets back the PR. I know.
Well, does his friends want to like do streams with him right now? Or, like maybe he should just not platform terrorists, and he can keep himself out of the. He can keep his his career safe, dude. What are your opinion on Ray-Bans? Oh, super simple. Meta Ray-Ban is awesome. Don't buy them until they refresh though, because the Meta Oakleys are literally dropping right now, and later in September they're gonna put out the rest of the lineup, and they have double the battery life, better quality for the camera. Not that anyone really uses it, and it's kind of creepy if you do, but the really getting those things because they look like glasses and they're good like headphones are awesome. That I cannot recommend those enough. Meta Ray-Ban Wayfarers, and I have a big fat head, so large. Is he actually dating Valkyrie? I don't know, dude, and I think it's fucking weird if he doesn't want to announce who his girlfriend is. I defend him on the right to not have to have that information pulled out of him. Now apparently this is an issue. He's upset that he's associated with Asmongold now.
Or Israel Palestine. No, that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is like most people just like associate me with like Asmongold and shit, and because content creators,
dude, he was probably so happy to be at the top of the Twitch politics ladder, and then Asmongold was like, all right, I'm gonna clean my room and start watching MAGA. Anyways, I'm the biggest political streamer now. Get fucked. I remember when I found that out on stream, it blew my mind. But it was like, yeah, I actually have to eat shit on this. They're right. My chat's right. Hasan is now no longer the biggest streamer because Asmongold farted and decided to be a Trumper.
Content creators live in a totally separate plane of existence than like normal human beings do. Content creators live in a totally separate plane of existence where all they care about is content. So their association with what I do is not necessarily about like the impact of what I do or what matters.
Bro, you just sit there and make reaction content to fucking to like CNN and do like political. I'm sorry, dude. Political YouTube drama is just making exactly what I make, but instead of doing TMZ stuff, you're doing like mainstream politics. So your average age skews up about 2 to 3 years in comparison to my own audience. Otherwise, there's really not a lot. There's not really a lot of there's not a huge difference between like the average Hasan Piker content and like the average Nick DeOrio content, except we're covering more TMZ shit and he's covering more mainstream political shit. I don't think it really changes much. I gotta be honest with you. These guys still do debates, right? I guess maybe not Hasan, but they'll still do like debate content. They'll still review debate content. They'll cover like Joe Rogan did this, Donald Trump did this, you know? I don't know, bro. I can't really see like a huge difference here.
Or anything like that.
It's slop consequence. It's slop content with with condensation. I think you meant consequences, but yeah.
Their association with what I do revolves around, oh, he's just doing content, but his content is toxic because it invites a lot of like toxic.
Well, that's the thing. Someone just wrote this in chat. What you do isn't pretending to save the world. I'm not arguing like my content versus Hasan's content in terms of like how good the journalism is, but yeah, I do think that makes the drama people have better heads, or like I don't know, their heads are on straight more because they're not trying to save the world. That was the issue with like Xander Hall and those guys, like those political content creators. It's funny to hear like we're trying to save the world from some guy who averages 500 concurrent viewers in his best week of his life, because like that's hilarious. But like Hasan actually probably has the resources to do more, you know? Next week or 2 weeks from now, we're going to talk about a new initiative where YouTubers in the drama sphere, I'm not going to give any spoilers who those people are, not even just drama sphere, YouTubers in general, are going to be trying to make a difference in like in a location, doing a thing. And we don't even have to I don't know. We don't have to case it in like a fucking holy war to do it. So that's going to be cool.
Backlash and toxic feedback from other very toxic content creators who are like constantly harassing people. So like,
it's the Mr. Beast thing. Again, if there's any YouTuber right now who's watching this or the VOD, no viewers, obviously, who wants to be involved with that thing, that project, just reach out to me. I know Jimmy's sending out links, but I don't think you're going to have much luck if you're like jumping into his fucking DMs or something to get on. But I can just link it to you if you're a YouTuber.
Like the average
any YouTuber who's in can link it to you. That's like written in the thing.
Person's analysis on like what I do is not like, oh, this is a political content creator, he's like somewhat serious, he's like doing activism or whatever, and it's just like I do fun collabs and memes, he does politics. Like that's his content, right? They
Wait,
just
what?
See, like, they think like my content is basically toxic.
Your content is toxic. You're either talking about a genocide or you're yelling at your chat. I feel like that is toxic, right? Am I crazy here? Is he not toxic?
And they don't understand.
What? Shelbo is the Hasan of YouTube. True. Agreed. 100%.
But obviously, in the normal sphere, in the normie sphere, like I go outside all the time.
Dude, Hasan Piker touched my normal sphere, dude. Dude, don't touch my normal sphere.
It's amazing. Like there are no issues, you know? There are no issues.
Yeah, isn't it crazy that like the gaming YouTubers that you're like destroying their platform right now in real time don't have as much like drama or anything that can make advertisers run away? It's because that Twitch has abandoned creators like Valkyrae, has abandoned creators like Pokemon. Maybe not so much. Pokemon's been getting involved in more politics, but like Ninja. They've abandoned those creators in favor of guys who are platforming fucking terrorism. And we've gone over this a million times. But the solution is simple. If they just slap you guys on the wrists and give you 24-hour bans every so often, then you don't, like, then this wouldn't be a thing anymore. If Hasan Piker got a 24-hour for platforming fucking Timothy Houthi Charlemagne or whatever, he wouldn't have brought him on again. He would have said, oh, Twitch isn't going to let me do that. And he wouldn't have he wouldn't have bit the hand that fed them. They're letting their animals out off of leash right now, and it just keeps biting kids. Hasan is literally a fucking pit bull, and it's mauled. He's mauled 3 children metaphorically, and Twitch will not put him back on a leash. It's like he's biting the owner right now, and they're just like, just stop it. Stop. This is messed up, man. Please stop biting the children, right? All you got to do is put them back on a leash and and then do a little training, right? Give them a 24-hour here and there, and their behavior will adjust. But they're not doing that. They refuse to do these basic bans for Hasan and his entire group. And now the pit bull is like let loose at TwitchCon. It's just fucking biting everybody. That's the best analogy I can use to describe why this platform is a shit show and why it's worth not even streaming over there.
Issues with like the way people perceive me in public. I have no issues with that at all. I'm very happy with that.
Jesus, there's so much dead air. Dude, Yeet, this is a 3-minute clip. He talks for like a minute of it.
A lot of people that know you but never watch you assume you are a drama guy because that's all they've seen. Yeah.
To be clear, that is the most interesting content, though.
Why do people online think you're insincere?
Well, it's like, why do you think that people keep thinking you're a drama YouTuber? Because you watched like 50 anti-Ethan Klein videos instead of watching Content Nuke while there was a genocide going on, while grandstanding to everybody else there was a genocide going on. So like obviously people are going to see your fucking Ethan Klein coverage if you're watching a new video almost every single day to talk about him.
Sure. Because I think a lot of people assume that everyone, like every content, it's a projection. Content creators themselves are projecting where they're like, oh, this guy can't possibly care about this shit. He's simply...
I'm not projecting. I don't care. I don't care about any of these people at all. None of them. Bro, I swear to God, everything I've learned is against my will. I'm telling you this straight away. I'm not even thinking about that shit when I turn off the camera. None of it.
Talking about it because he wants to make money. because I think they're insincere and they don't have like a political project that they care about personally.
Dude, when I get off stream and they're like, hey, Nick, what did you cover today? I'm like, oh, I covered this new lawsuit. I covered this new fucking thing that's going on with like Hasan Piker. It's really cool. I never sit there and go, well, here's what I learned about the Israel-Palestine conflict. Israel recently has gone on fucking rides into Gaza, and never comes up. Never even talked about.
Understandably, not many people do in the content creator sphere, especially because like they see politics as unnecessarily divisive. They think, well, you know, Republicans buy sneakers too.
Wait, what did he just say?
Understandably, not many people do in the content creator.
They see politics as decisive?
Sphere, especially because like they see politics as unnecessarily divisive.
Yeah.
They think, well, you know, Republicans buy sneakers
divisive, yeah.
Too. That's the mentality that a lot of people have. It's like, why would you cut into your audience like that? And a lot of people just like get their gear.
It's like, dude, I hate this mind rape that like every single person is actually either secretly a fucking crazy unhinged Zionist who keeps it to themselves because they don't want their audience to freak out about it, or like the most avid Palestine supporter on planet Earth who doesn't want the Jews to leave their audience. I think they literally think every single person is so juiced up and read into every single issue, and they're afraid that they don't have the popular take.
Like get their information from like a lot of these apolitical drama-focused people, and those guys are always saying like, oh, this person must be insincere, he can't possibly believe the things.
When you keep saying there's a genocide in Gaza, why are we talking about this, and you spend as much time responding to Ethan Klein as you did, then yeah, I'm gonna start thinking that you're just using that to try to get out of stuff that you don't want to engage in. I literally don't think that you care as much as you feign to everybody else. 100%.
Is speaking about.
So, and I don't think Hasan is apolitical. I think that's crazy to argue. He hates America. That's got to come from somewhere. So this is Asmongold, I guess, engaging with it.
I have a tremendous.
We're gonna see how long I can literally live through this clip.
Tremendous number of articles that people write about me, and it's awesome and it's great. You know, shouts out the mainstream news, but I need to.
Even the clips.
I don't think that's a good way to base things. Yeah, I really don't. I mean, like...
Yeah, the reality of what's happening right now is Hasan is saying not enough people have come to help me. Where are my supporters? There's tons of people criticizing me. YouTube is like overrun with people who don't like me. Where are the Hasan support channels?
Mainstream media? Like, I don't know, guys. I really don't know about that one.
All right, so this clip is a complete waste of time. Ethan explains why his actions against Anissa will never qualify as harassment because of what they did that launched this. This kind of lays into the clip I've been using for some of the intros and the videos recently of like, I will never stop covering you.
Again, retweeting these fucking Twitter-obsessed snarker freaks.
What is that one? Mr. Goofs and Gaffs. With a fucking Soviet sign and then a Palestine flag. H4 Producatons. Ethan claims that he will never be done harassing iDubbbz and his wife Anissa. Why does bro focus more on the women in his harassment? iDubbbz made the contact, and we've gone through the why does Ethan focus on women argument, that unfortunately the dumbest people in this drama are Frogan, Lesser, Denims, Anissa, and Casey. Denims, Anissa, and Casey make up the big three. Unfortunately, all of them have vaginas, but I don't think that's necessarily the reason why they're being called out. It's because they're the easiest targets, because they make themselves easy to target.
H4 Productions, yeah. Producatons. That's such a deep cut. Asking iDubbbz and his wife, and he said, that's not what I said. Why does bro focus? By the way, and if that is what I said, if I did say that, then you guys still deserve it. And by the way, you can never accuse me of harassing them after what they did. I can never harass them. No matter what I say, no matter what I do, it will never qualify as harassment because what they did that launched this. Fuck them both forever.
All right, he's going to say what they did, right?
iDubbbz made the content cop, but he's threatening Ian. I don't care, bitch. Join the club of ugly, out of touch.
Oh, so what he's saying is they made, like, Anissa made the content cop so he can cover it forever. And I think that's reasonable. I got to be honest with you. I think that's kind of reasonable. I don't know. And maybe I'm biased because I'm the guy who said that I'm going to do this to Bo Blacks like forever. Literally forever. And it was based off of him. Basically, Bo Blacks had like lied about me saying that I was the content cop account or the comment cop account. And that like reinvigorated drama between like everybody who ever hated me all at once. And he like completely smeared me. And it could have been a huge pain in the ass if it didn't end abruptly immediately after I explained it. So I said like, Bo Blacks, I'm literally going to cover you forever. I don't know if I can really criticize Ethan for this take because I mean I would in his shoes have the same position.
Losers. Why you call? Why? And again, she's so obsessed with looks. She's always.
Who's she calling ugly?
You basically did what Bo Black said he was going to do to Tipster. Yeah, I guess. Sure.
Who?
Yeah.
Did she say?
Yeah, even Dark Viper AU took a swing at me, and apparently he did again recently, and it's cased in like a 2-hour video with a 100-page document associated with it, and I can't watch any of it or he'll strike me on stream. So. And not one person has sent me the video. I found out from my own independent research that this happened. So I can't really do anything about it. I don't know. With people like Dark Viper and Bada Panada, if they're going to fucking strike me or my friends, there's really no incentive for me to watch their content ever. Because I'm not going to watch it offline.
How sexy you looked in your pants today?
She wasn't watching
This was
that.
before that, obviously.
Yeah, somebody needs to see that quick. I need a public apology and retraction. Yeah, anyway, anyone who criticizes me is ugly.
So there's that. So Ethan Klein got like run up on in the middle of on Rodé. I was just here. I actually know where he is. Holy fuck, because I was actually just here. So he was ran up on Rodeo Drive in Beverly Hills.
How you doing, sir?
Back again.
All right. Hey, look, we got a question for you.
Sure.
We already know what your answer is.
Rodeo is cool because they have these weird statues of animals, but they're like, I don't know. They're like weird cubic statues of animals and shit.
Yeah, go
Well,
ahead.
what is your stance on Palestine?
I love it.
You love Palestine?
Yeah. Palestine.
He looks sickly? What do you mean? What about this looks unhealthy to you? I'm so confused. We either hate fat people or we're mad when they get skinny. Is there any winning? What about that? Literally looks like a normal person his age.
Again.
All right. Hey, look, we got a question for you.
Sure.
We already know what your answer is.
Yeah, go
Well,
ahead.
what is your stance on Palestine?
I love it.
You love Palestine?
Yeah. Palestine.
What is the gunshot? Dude, what is the editing on this, bro? They just keep shooting him.
I love it.
You love Palestine?
Who keeps shooting a cannon? I don't know, dude. It's like Pirates of the Caribbean, dude.
Sure.
We already know what your answer is.
Yeah, go
Well,
ahead.
what is your stance on Palestine?
I love it.
You love Palestine?
Yeah. Palestine.
You went to Israel,
Okay.
though. You support Satan Yahoo.
No, I don't.
You don't support Satan Yahoo?
No.
Stop it, bro. She was in the IDF.
He
Yeah.
voted against him.
You voted against him. What
Yeah.
about Ben Gvir? How do you feel about Ben Gvir?
Oh, I think he's insane. Yeah, he's a monster.
You think he's a monster?
This is so wait, hold on. Where is this? Is this it? Yeah. Hold on. I don't want to get claimed, but can I do it like this? Let's see. Does this get claimed? Yeah, here.
How you doing, sir?
Back again.
All right. Hey, look, we got a question for you.
Sure.
We already know what your answer is.
Yeah, go
Well, what
ahead.
is your stance on Palestine?
I love it.
You love Palestine?
Yeah. Palestine.
You went to Israel, though. You support Satan Yahoo.
Dude, that fucking hits so well, dude. That literally hits so well. The fucking Pirates of the Caribbean theme song with the cannon going off. Dude.
No, I don't.
You don't support Satan Yahoo?
No.
So he just answers all these questions. Wait, what is the background? Deaf to the IDF? Speaker on. So they're playing him music. They're like, I've owned you right now in real life. Ethan, you've been owned in real life. I'm playing Death to the IDF through my screen.
Stop it, bro. She was in the IDF.
He
Yeah.
voted against him.
You voted against him. What
Yeah.
about Ben Gvir?
Dude, every time he talks, they just turn the music back on.
How do you feel about Ben Gvir?
This is so fucking cringy, dude.
Oh, I think
Yeah, you don't support the IDF? No.
he's insane. Yeah, he's a monster.
You think he's a monster?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I said that. No, that
Okay.
guy sucks. I
Okay.
mean, he's worse than sucks.
All right, cool. So this is the final test, buddy. Get a free Palestine from me.
What
Free
is the
Palestine.
test
Free
for?
Dude, this is how Xander Hall used to end his streams. Hey, buddy. Okay, listen, buddy. I got one more test for you right now. You seem pretty good on the stream, but I got one more test for you right now. Can we get a trans rights? Chat, can we get a trans rights? Yeah, okay. And listen, I really enjoyed talking to you, but I got one more purity test for you, buddy, right out the door. Can we get a trans rights? Yeah. Oh, God. Fucking
The final test, buddy. Get a free Palestine from me.
Free Palestine.
Free Palestine?
Yeah.
From the river to the
Can we
sea?
get
Yeah.
My man, I appreciate that. Okay, cool. What about you? You were in the IDF. So.
Dude, the cannon just killed me. Dude, what about you? You were in the IDF. Bang, bro. Holy shit. Dude, I didn't know the editing was like, this is gonna be like a 2-second thing, but it's so insane. This is so unhinged, dude.
My man, I appreciate that. Okay, cool. What about you? You were in the IDF. So. Wait, hold on. You were in the West Bank. You used to go in people's houses in the middle of the night?
No.
She was a secretary.
I was a secretary.
You were a secretary. Yeah? Can we get a free Palestine from you?
Sure, free Palestine.
All right. How you doing, sir?
Back again.
Dude, they went out there to get, they went out clip farming and they just got them being normal people again. Okay, obviously I have to interrupt my segment right now because fucking Elmo got hacked on Twitter. I know, we have to release Elmo. Apparently Elmo just got hacked on fucking Twitter and Smaggle was blowing up my DMs. Elmo said, release the files, child fucker, to Donald Trump. So that's great, dude. That's cool. Thanks, Elmo. Appreciate it. Yeah, there it is, dude. And then Elmo came out and said, Elmo says all the Jews should. Oh, whoa, no, we're not reading that one, not reading that one, not reading that. No, we're done. Whoa. Okay, why would I say that, bro? Whoa. Okay. Yo, okay, that's what I get for not pre-reading or pre-but. Okay, well, I dodged a bullet there, but yo, okay, dude. Okay, dude. Dude, I'm so lucky that it like I started reading and it didn't click what I was reading until I saw the word Jews, and then I was like, oh shit, okay, we're yeah, dude, all right, yeah. So, anyways. Dude, that's the craziest drama since one of the Elmo people was like turned out to be like a child molester or something. Was there any other thing here that I could pull up? Apparently he said the N-word. So somebody said if I find whoever hacked Elmo and Elmo said KYJ, a KAJ, and then Elmo goes, the fuck are you gonna do about it? And dropped the N-word. And they said muting Elmo because this is hacked. And then then Elmo goes, fuck you and your T-slur daughter, and I can't even do that. I'm not even doing the voice. Not even doing the voice. Yeah, I guess every other tweet was about Jews, and we just read the one that wasn't. Okay, that's great. Elmo's going crazy. Welcome to Elmo's world. Elmo wants his soy latte, dude. Holy fuck, bro. I do want to check this out, but I think we'll check it out at the end. I saw there's a creator clash video. I'm going to watch a little bit of this. I want to hear what Wade has to say about it being canceled.
Wade's World. That's my girlfriend, Chloe. She's in the background for this one. I am in New York City to cover...
Bro, everybody's here. What's happening right now? What is going on?
The Ring magazines.
Bro, by the way, this is a nuclear setup right now. This guy's going to film a video with his wife on her phone in the background. I don't know what the fuck.
For this one, I am in New York City to cover...
That's insane.
Ring Magazine's third edition of events called Ring 3.
Ring 3, and I guarantee this event's going to make more money than Creator Clash.
And I'm here.
Is it just 2 fights?
As a content creator, contributor, whatever you want to call me.
Pinball tournament? I found a new place to play pinball. I'm not going to say where, but they have like 10 machines, and for once they're all connected to Insider, so I can actually get scores. I'm actually hyped, bro.
But I had to take a look at the newest news, I guess, that's gone down in the influencer boxing scene. It is one of the saddest news bullets.
Matthew, Nicholas, when would you have a girlfriend in the background? When God smites down my enemies?
Since I think I've seen in a very long time, even though I kind of expected it, and I think everybody else did too at a certain point. We've covered Creator Clash on this channel a couple different times, mostly because of the mishaps that have happened.
Yeah, Wade, we actually covered 2 of Wade's videos in full. You can probably check them out on his channel or mine, but we're not going to get through this. I just want to hear his take as like the event is completely dead.
Since the second event, and just to catch everybody up on the timeline, Creator Clash, you didn't know, massive YouTube boxing charity event.
And do you know what else is massive?
Okay.
Started the first event, raised $1.3 million.
All right, we know the lore. We know
charity. The lore. I was a part of both sad thing.
Yeah, he was. Oh, that was another part of this, that Wade actually worked with both of them and didn't realize that like the events ended up becoming like for profit later. So he worked for free, I think he said, with Creator Clash 2.
Thing that happened, so we have to talk about it. But yeah, I mean, quite frankly, it was mismanaged from the booking of an entire hotel for fighters, in people like myself and team members and other YouTubers and content creators that weren't a part of the event to come in, and just needlessly spending on things that weren't needed, and some, I would call it, presumptuous assumptions that they were going to do better than they...
If we spend more money, we will make more money, but we will not change any of the ways that we promote the event.
Potentially would have the first time, booking a better venue and a larger venue that obviously costs more money.
I still can't believe it. We're going to bring in Live Nation because we don't have enough fans to actually cause the Astro World like issue where they crushed each other to death because so many people wanted to see the event. That won't happen at Creator Clash. Like, Live Nation's great.
We could go down the list. You guys probably already know all this by now, but the event lost, I don't know the number, but it was a lot.
250,000 for CC2.
Zero money went to charity, and that was the whole thing that Creator Clash was supposed to be, a massive charity event. So with that being said, there was a lot of fingers to point and a lot of people to blame, and most of that, whether,
How was the Astro documentary? It was good until I saw Fantano in it.
people like it or not, it does go on the people putting on the events. So, in the face of the company at that point was Ian and Anissa, so they take a lot of the blame, and rightfully so. There were things that they just didn't need to do that they did. And that is what it is. But I thought that might be the end.
It is kind of like, and I'm not going to criticize Dad too much, because Dad came on and did a really good interview recently. It's on the channel. You should go check it out and support him in his endeavors on his IRL stream that he's doing currently right now. I saw him mowing his lawn before. Dad did point out that he thinks it's more of Live Nation's fault. I think it's easy to point at the nameless, faceless corporation you brought in for the third event and say that they fucked this whole thing up. But I think a lot of the issues were present from Creator Clash 2. And Creator Clash 3, obviously, being an event that never should have happened. It's hard not to ask Aaron. It's hard not to ask Anissa. It's hard not to ask Ian what exactly happened. Because just hiring Live Nation is not a get-out-of-jail-free card. It sounds like you guys were in for the... It sounds like in March you guys knew the event wasn't selling well at all. So... there's a lot of stuff that happened between March and getting canceled, and the content comp is one of them. The lack of promotion was there since the very beginning. You have to criticize these other entities too. You can't just throw it all to Live Nation.
I kind of said that it probably would be all the way back in 2023, right after the event happened. I said, hey, this is probably a good idea to just leave it where it is. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
Like, we can officially say, and I think we can officially say, that Creator Clash 1 was a fluke. It was great. It was cool. People had a great time. It raised money for charity. The people who were in the fights made $46,000. Good. But, like, they could never do it again. Even if they, like, found community support, I literally don't think they can emulate the success of that first event again.
To try to put another event on after the... let's just call it what it is, the failure of the second Creator Clash event. It doesn't make sense. Instead, that was not what happened, at least not for a while. They said, you know what, we're going to give it the old college try ×3. This is going to be the third event, and Ian and Issa were part of it, and they were going to try to salvage, I guess, what they couldn't do the second time with the third one, but that seems to not be the case anymore. Even after the drama that's unfolded with the third one, Ian and Issa leave the company completely in the midst of promoting the third card, which is an insane move, all spurred on by a video called The Content Cop.
But that's the other thing, right? If they're all going to change their story now to it's Live Nation's fault, why did Ian and Anissa leave the event? If it had nothing to do with the Content Cop, and the Content Cop had no impact, why would they leave to salvage it? Why were all the statements like Anissa and Ian have left to go focus on X, Y, and Z? If it actually didn't affect, if the event was doomed to fail anyway, why not just stay?
iDubbbz or Ian's big YouTube thing, that's what he does, timed at probably the worst point he could have done it to go after one of his other YouTube friends or used to be friends. I don't really give a f. H3H3, and it was just a big shot in the foot, or maybe even a shot in the face, because this thing is dead. I mean, it is completely limp at this point. Like, it was on...
I don't even think you could sell the name anymore for what they were offering it.
Rough legs to begin with, because without the Content Cop, without any of the other stuff that was going on drama-wise in the YouTube space, this event was going to do badly. The second one was already bad. The third one was going to be worse because it just didn't click. And after you have such a massive failure of a second event, it's really hard to get people on board with doing a third.
And then you lost your host. Okay, we've talked about all this. We're gonna, I don't know, let me see if there's anything else he talks about here, because we're kind of just retreading everything we've already said the last 3 streams.
Period, whatever it was, let's say 2 months, a month, I don't know. These were announced on February 5th, and I have to think they trained for a couple of months after that. They should be getting some of those camp fees back. If Creator Clash wants to do the right thing, they will pay those fighters back. That's my big. If you can't do that.
And we found out in the last stream, if you're not going to watch a 4-hour interview, that the way this breakdown worked, right, is that the contract stated that you're apparently only getting half the money if the event doesn't happen, because it's supposed to be a training reimbursement, and they were giving the full 15,000 away early. So for a fighter that stayed on, say Dad, right? Dad is the example. Dad was on day 1, so he had initially joined in for Creator Clash 3, right? And he stayed, and he said that he would be fighting if the event moved to California, meaning that he was entitled to $15,000, and then he was down for an additional, it was between 7 and 10, I don't remember the exact number, right? I think he would have made $25,000 total for, without the costs of the pay-per-view, without any of those other metrics, purely off of training costs and training stuff, he would have been given about $25,000, right? But because the event was canceled, they have now stated to the fighters, at least through what Dad has told me, that they're not getting that additional money. So it goes back to 15. Now, here's what gets fucking weirder. Harley and Dad asked for their money in January, and they got paid $15,000 up front. Lena didn't do that, right? Some of these fighters didn't do that. So now what I've been told is contractually, Creator Clash and, I guess not Creator Clash, but Real Good Touring only has to pay them half. So some fighters who didn't have the foresight to ask for all the money up front, even after they may have already spent this money, if they did spend $15,000 for training, they're not going to get the money for the additional month when they said the event was moving, because that's just gone. And now they're only going to get reimbursed for half of what they were told they would get, because the event got canceled due to their owners being morons. So that's what we're looking at right now. I don't think we have any confirmation from any specific fighter, because Dad got his money up front. But that means Dad and Harley got $15,000. Harley dropped out. Lena gets $0, even though she dropped out the same day as Harley, because she didn't ask for her money up front. And the fighters who stuck it out and wanted to support this and make money for charity, if they didn't ask for it ahead of time, they get $7. So it's a complete disaster right now, if that is how it works via Dad.
And I hate to say it this way, but the online presence of Ian and Anissa has become very polarizing. And if Creator Clash can't pay those people back, then what you're going to hear from the people criticizing Ian and Anissa, rightfully or wrongfully, they're going to say, you are who we thought you were.
They are. They absolutely are. But that also extends to Aaron Hansen and extends to Real Good Touring, because Live Nation is not the ones who are supposed to pay these people. And sure, maybe their contract states that they're not entitled to that money, but like, who the fuck wants to work with Real Good Touring again? Why would any YouTuber want to work with Ian and Anissa? I don't know. Politics, biases aside, if you're just trying to make money, you're going to avoid them. But I think that extends to Aaron Hansen. I think that extends to Real Good Touring. I think that like events with Alana Pierce popping up as a speaker are going to be ones that are more scrutinized now, because these people kind of treat their fighters like shit, even though Alana's just some paid voice who jumps in to like sink a ship every time.
People that don't care about anything but making money, not losing money, saving face, doing things for, YouTube drama, whatever it is. And I hope that's not the truth. I don't think it is. And it's not just up to them. I get that. There's other people behind the scenes at Creator Clash that definitely can and should help out with getting this stuff repaid. And potentially, granted, it's a great idea to obviously refund the pay-per-views, but pay for flight.
That's awful, but how do you not think to pay these YouTube boxers unless they're asked? So the reason why, and this is just going back to what happened with Froggy, is that Alana Pierce is so wealthy. Nobody told her that she was getting that money back reimbursed. So she thought that it was, that this is her claim. She is so well off. She is so successful. She is such someone who formerly worked at fucking I don't know, Naughty Dog or Blizzard or some fucking studio. She is so gifted and talented that she wasn't even aware that fighters got money. So she made a video on Froggy, poor shaming him, saying that she didn't know anyone else even was getting reimbursed money at all, because Froggy was one of those people who needed the money up front, or he wouldn't have been able to afford the training costs. IGN, that's the one, right? And then ultimately she found out later and then donated her pot to charity because she's such a fucking awesome, nice, selfless individual. But yeah, no, that's the way it worked. If you needed your money ahead of time, you had to ask for it. They wouldn't ask you. They wouldn't even bring it up, but they would give it to you if you asked. And if something happened with the event, they wouldn't ask for it back unless you were mean to them, like Froggy. Otherwise, I don't think they've asked for Harley's money.
Stuff like that. There's a lot you can do, but I think that's the biggest one. And also, again, I'm looking at this, and when they changed the date for Creator Clash 3, it was a month before the fights were supposed to go down. So this is May 29th when they put out the tweet.
Yeah, like everybody had their plane. Like this is like the thing. I was talking to Dad, and he's like, the fighters got fucked over most, and I think the fighters really did get fucked over, but obviously the cancer kids got fucked over the most. The second tier group has to be the people who bought tickets to this. Like the kids and their parents who have Tampa trips to go nowhere, potentially maybe bought LA tickets too, but I doubt it. I don't think that any person who's reasonable or I guess intelligent would buy tickets to an event that was already canceled in a different fucking city immediately after without any new details really coming out about it. But yeah, there are people who, and again, I don't know this and I want people to find out. Creator Clash had a tweet up offering a giveaway for a free trip to Tampa. Who won that giveaway? Legally, I think they still have to pay out. So who won the giveaway to go to Creator Clash when it never happened? Who got the all expense paid trip or whatever? Well, maybe if it wasn't all expensive, it was like a hotel stay or something.
You know, Creator Clash rescheduling. That was already a full February 5th, March 5th, April 5th, May 5th. You're talking about 3.5 months of training for guys. Just so you guys know, I trained with BJ Flores in Arizona.
Bro, it's Tampa. They'll go find something to do. Okay, I don't know how, like, do you guys like live a crazy neat life? I don't understand. Like if I'm taking time off of work, I only get so many vacation hours per year. I'm not going on vacation to find something to do, motherfucker. I'm trying to pick something. Now I would never spend it to go to fucking Creator Clash, but like for normal like adult people who have like X amount of vacation time per year, they're like they're not trying to go find something to do in Tampa.
I'm not going to put out what my fee to him was, but I'm going to tell you the
unironically, I'd be paying $150 Uber to Disneyland again. That would be my fallback. Yeah.
I paid for that time period just to be out there and, you know, be training and eating and all that was probably around $15,000 to $18,000. That's looking for a place to live because I don't live in Arizona. So some of that is on there. But training with BJ, nutrition, strength and conditioning, getting a gym member, like all this stuff that goes into it, not including...
You're right. Wait, you're right. Actually, I'm so sorry. Jay LaRae said she'd be hosting a meet and greet. So you know what? If you went to the Jay LaRae meet and greet and they just like had boxing gloves on, I feel like you kind of got the experience.
Equipment, not including other coaches that are in that gym that also I had to pay to be a part of the card. My cut man, my third member of the corner.
Wait, oh, fuck. Hold on. We're getting information now. I like this.
Goes into it. Not including equipment, not including other coaches that are in that gym that also I had to pay to be a part of the card. My cut man, my third member of the corner, all that stuff. So it adds up, and that was just a month and a half for me. I can't imagine what 2 or 3 months would have been, and if that would have been more or less for some people.
It's hard, right? Because I understand that this costs money. I also trust Buckley when he says that an amateur boxer can do it for way less. The reality of the situation is, if you live in California, your shit's going to cost more. If you live in Nebraska, your shit's not going to cost as much. And a lot of these people need to work with like Floyd Mayweather's old trainer instead of just going to some guy who could teach you how to box. Because it has to be like, I guess maybe they're filming a vlog that never comes out or something. Like you don't have to go and fight with a UFC fucking trainer. You don't have to go fight with like Rocky Marciano's fucking great grandson or like that's where the money comes from. It's like my trainer costs $10,000. It's like, okay, that's crazy, dude. Does he also run like an MLM? Like what's happening right now? Goated, thank you for the 20 gifted. Oh fuck, wait, I turned it back on. Like you. Oh, that was the first dude, you were the first person to realize I turned it back on. No.
But that's, you know, that's a good amount that is not only you're spending as an individual, but that your coaches need to be paid. I really like that. Your nutrition needs to be taken care of. That if you're not living where you're training, your living situation needs to be taken care of. All that stuff kind of goes to my point about, you know, making sure everybody.
Yeah, but that's my point. That's my point. All of these fucking.
Can I say something to you, Nick? I really like you.
Why? All of these guys are like hiring insane boxing talent instead of just getting like a normal boxing trainer at the gym for like $1,000 a month or something.
Is paid and taken care of, and also the fact that they are taken away from the content that they would be making money on, all that as well. But yeah, so that is kind of where I'm at with this now. There's been a lot of back and forth.
I want to say this guy's name. AB and Lena were trained by Whale Atozamo. How bad did I do? Is it Wale or is it Whale? Whale. Atozamo. Otosmo? Dude, it's did I not do good? Oh fuck, dude. Oh man. I
always do the possible.
Thank you. Why does Wale pronounce his name not Whale? The recording artist. Yeah. Dude, it's Whale, bro. You listening to Whale?
Online today, of course, when we're talking about Creator Clash, and really a lot of it was through Anissa, and she has been very vocal since her and iDubbbz left the company about, you know, all this.
Yeah, and he's just like, I have nothing to do with this event anymore. By the way, I will not stop talking about this event and all of the information about it.
Stuff that,
dude, Anissa just became like a, you know what happened? Anissa didn't stop tweeting about it or become a problem for it. What she did was she became a
is this really
an unreliable narrator who then lacked enough information to tell you what was actually happening. That's the best part. Anissa probably was no longer affiliated in any capacity. She probably no longer had an in.
I always do the possible.
But she's so fucking crazy, right? She just became an unreliable narrator and kept talking anyway.
That's gone on behind the scenes that some people may not even notice or may not know about. So I'm just going to read some of these tweets. And I guess she's referring to Creator Clash 3 when I read this. Keep that in mind. So she says, we were promised a lot of things. A lot of things didn't happen. I take responsibility for trying to do it again. We shouldn't have, but I think we made the best out of the situation. The charity got $225K, and a lot of that was due to the buzz around Hasan supporting the charity. Charity got money, the fighters got paid, things didn't work out. The content cop wasn't some sudden turning point.
Okay, but like, I didn't think about this when we covered it last time. What are you talking about? How could the content cop not be a turning point if you left? If you actually quit the event? Why was that not significant then?
Can I say something?
You can't say the content cop had nothing to do with the failure of Creator Clash 3 if you literally quit to protect Creator Clash 3.
The interest in Creator Clash 3 was low. So she says that charity got money and fighters got paid. So hopefully fighters got some sort of stipend. That's good. But the other part of this, she says charity got money. If I remember right, and maybe that's what she's saying, she says the charity got $225K, and a lot of that was due to the buzz around Hasan supporting the charity. Well, I don't know anything about like Hasan and you know, some of his stuff, but I have been paying attention when it comes to his involvement with Creator Clash, and I do remember, and she says $225K, and a lot of it was due to the buzz around Hasan supporting the charity. If I remember right, he actually did a stream in which...
Yep, and the stream was a drama stream, and it raised the majority of the funds.
He did fundraise from fans, and I don't know if he donated some of that. Maybe Hasan did. I'm not sure. But a lot of fans...
No, because it was done through the same... They gave Hasan his own Tiltify link for Creator Clash. That was what it was.
Did send money to the charity that was alongside Creator Clash after the content cop, after H3 got involved, after the drama back and forth. But
yeah, that's another question. Why was Hasan Piker given a Tiltify link if he wasn't...
What's the name of the guy? Keemstar Orbiter? Nick Oreo. Mr. Oreo.
You could not pay me money to sit on I-4. That Uber to Orlando would be miserable.
That would be insane, yeah. But like, I don't know, dude. Why was Hasan Piker, if he's not affiliated with the event, get his own Tiltify link? Why was I not given a Tiltify link? Anybody could just have a Tiltify link affiliated with the actual charity, even if you have zero affiliation with the event?
I don't know if that's a victory Anissa can claim. You know what I mean?
No.
I don't know if that's a victory you can claim for Creator Clash. Regardless, charity did get money, and that's a good thing. But I don't know if off the back of Hasan's Twitch stream, you can claim victory for, well, see, we still raised money for charity. Maybe you can. Maybe I'm in the wrong for saying that, but I don't know if
No, Wade, I think you're right. But dude, Wade is awesome because he's literally the normal guy. This is the normie's opinion. The normie even realizes the current narrative is bullshit.
that's necessarily how it all works, right? Hasan could have done a charity stream probably at any point and raised a shit ton of money because he's got a massive following on Twitch. And if that's the way that Creator Clash had said, hey, by the way, we're gonna...
There's a KFC.
Bro, I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose my mind.
Egg.
Thanks.
have a charity stream with Hasan to raise money for the card, then I would probably be more lenient with it. But this doesn't feel very like honest in the way that charity was given and what it was given for.
All right, so I feel vindicated. Obviously, Wade seems to have the similar take that we do. Lena was not reimbursed. She's out $15,000 paid in training. Her boss tried to reimburse her out of his own pocket. Anissa lied on her Twitter saying everyone was reimbursed. Yep, true. I think Lena's probably the only one who doesn't get $1, right? Unless I imagine some of those other guys were paid up front, but like the only one that we know for a matter of fact. Dad Nathan's video was just sad. Dude spent so much time on and energy getting ready for a thing. Pretty emotional watch, seeing how well he kept himself together through all of this, just letting his emotions go now. That the whole thing collapsed. Wish the best for the fighters. Screw Ian and Anissa. Lena was not reimbursed. I feel bad for the fighters who stuck with the event. Despite the delay, they were promised a $10,000 check to cover the cost to continue training. According to Dad, this check was never given to fighters and it won't be given to fighters. Yeah, so they had to change. They basically trained out of their own pocket for a month because they're not going to get the money. It's so bad. It's so fucked. Anissa's a total liar. Oh, wow. We have the actual... Here, look at this. This is it. Anissa's a total liar. The only fighter that made it to my knowledge was Harley, who asked for the money up front. The rest of the fighters haven't received a cent from the event. As for charity, you were spot on.
Man heart kiss mark man 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 kiss.
Man kiss. Awesome. Okay, Hasan brought in 85.7%. That's $210,000. Ian brought in 6.2%. That is $15,000. Alana Pierce, now this is important. This is after the Creator Clash moves over, brought in $2,000. So this is for Creator Clash LA. And then over the course of the entire Tiltify, it was $76. The only real money raised by CC3 is 7.1% of direct Tiltify donations. If we want to be charitable, unlike Ian or Anissa, you could count Ian and Alana's percent towards that, which brings it up to 14.1. So money directly raised by CC3 or reps of CC3 is less than 15% of total amount raised. Give me a break. Anissa needs to be held accountable for her lies, and those fighters need to be made whole. This is bullshit. Thank you. Thank you for exceptional fatale. I only know what the word fatale means because of the Sonic video ranking all of the female Sonic characters by their appearance. Has anybody ever seen this? This is like the most nuclear cutaway. This is like a Family Guy style cutaway. Hottest Sonic female characters. Has anybody ever watched the hottest Sonic female characters video? Where is this, dude? the 10 hottest female Sonic characters. What is... This sounds psychotic to people, but... Is this it? No. No, this is not it. Where is the... Hold on. Yeah, this is it. This is it real quick. That's the only reason I know what fatale means.
Sonic the Hedgehog. One of the greatest and most attractive characters ever thought up. He can run at sound speed, take out enemies in a
This is a literal Family Guy cutaway in the video.
flash, and best of all, he's blue-colored and knows how to handle the female.
Okay, dude. Yeah, the best part of Sonic is he's blue-colored. Okay, dude.
Speaking of females, the Sonic universe might also be classified as hot chick heaven.
Oh, God.
Nicholas!
Oh, dear.
Okay.
Dude, this is what Ian was talking about when he said the incels.
Because there's such a mess of very beautiful and tough women that it'll make you love the franchise even more. And since Valentine's Day is around the corner, I've been inspired to make a top 10 list of the most beautiful female Sonic characters. Grab yourself a snack and a glass of orange juice and try
Chat, who do you think is the hottest female Sonic character?
Screen, because here we go! Number 10. Try this question on for size. Who chases and hugs Sonic all the time and wields a powerful hammer?
Is it Amy Rose? It's Amy Rose. That's the only female Sonic character that I know.
Why, it's Amy Rose.
Yes! Let's go, boys!
Of course.
We're going home!
Though more of a cutie than a hottie, you can't deny the fact that she's still attractive. Two things that make her attractive are the fact that she wears a dress.
No! No! Wait! Boblax, no! Dude, that's one of the two characteristics! Holy shit, dude! Holy fuck!
And when have you ever seen three big, very smooth arcs of hair?
Thank God, Boblax doesn't have three
Nicholas,
very smooth arcs of hair.
goat.
Oh, we're fine.
Thank you for the
We're good.
$5,
We're good. No
Boblax.
hair spikes on Boblax.
Sticking out of a person's forehead. I haven't. So, once again, Amy Rose is lovely. That is until she goes berserk and starts hitting stuff with her hammer. Who's at number 9? It's this alien plant girl from a distant planet.
They couldn't find 10 girls, dude. He doesn't even know the name of this character, and they've made it in. I don't know who this is, but I know she's hotter than Amy Rose.
Cosmo from Sonic
Oh,
X.
okay, we have a name. Never mind. Sorry. I pause champ.
She arrived on the character's planet to deliver
I don't know who the fuck this is, but I know she's hotter than the main love
a
interest.
message saying that the galaxy was under attack by a force called the Metarex.
Dude, we gotta get to the end here. This is why I know what a femme fatale is.
Get ready, folks. This is the #1 hottest Sonic the Hedgehog female
Stand back, chat! Stand back!
character.
Oh god, bro. Can I show this on YouTube?
I
Rouge
recommend watching
the Bat.
Nicholas DeOrio's latest video.
Nick, I left a bit during the Hasan segment, and I come back and we're looking at the hottest Sonic characters. Imagine my surprise.
If anybody denies it, how dare you? This woman can fly. She's as strong as Knuckles and is a femme fatale seducing other characters.
There it is. That's why I know. Dude, this is how much I suck, dude. The only reason I know the word fatale is for that. That's why we're here. This is the reference. Someone wrote the word fatale in a YouTube comment section, and we had to watch the top 10 hottest Sonic characters to understand why. This is
This woman
insane.
can fly. She's as strong as Knuckles.
Nick, you coward. The people want the full video.
We're not watching the full video in the middle of the
And is a
segment.
femme fatale seducing other characters into getting what she wants. Instead of having one love interest, she has two, Knuckles and Shadow the Hedgehog. Being a treasure thief, she's only interested in one object set, jewels.
Wait, dude, holy shit, she's literally Anissa Jomha. Oh my god, no!
Especially the Chaos Emeralds. There actually have been situations where Rouge's cleavage has been exposed, but it eventually got censored. What a price to pay.
Oh my god, dude, iDubbbz could have made this video.
I think the best part about this beauty is that she wears 3 different outfits unlike the other female characters. And who wouldn't want to fly across the landscape, be as strong as Sean Johnson,
Who the fuck is Sean Johnson?
and flirt with any male, anytime, anywhere? These 3 traits make Rouge the Bat.
1, wings for flying.
Why would
2,
many
strength
people
of a
be doing
gymnast.
that?
3, femme fatale.
Triumph over all the
This could be like a fucking PowerPoint. That's the only way this could be better.
Sonic the Hedgehog females. My hat goes off
Dude, someone in chat's like, wow, dude. Like, clothes?
to you, Sonic Team USA. You ought to be proud.
This is what iDubbbz was watching before he met his wife. Okay. So anyways, guys, I think that wraps up the Creator Clash seg. No, I'm kidding. We got this new Beazle clip. Let's go!
We knew that we had lost money on the event.
Oh, dude. Every time she opens her mouth, it's like anyone else would be opening themselves up for legal liability. But they've just, I don't know.
We knew that we had lost money on the event, and we had to go to the gala.
Yeah.
We had to go there. And everyone...
Dude, I like how she's the victim in this, too. Our charity event made no money, and we had to show our face in public.
The goat.
Have you tried making more money?
And I really wish I could take everybody that's listening to this and put them in my, like, you know, like SpongeBob had plankton in his, like, head? Like,
Unironically, though, that would have been like a fire. Like, I wish we could go inside of her mind here and watch her tell people.
I could put all the viewers in my fucking head. And so they could see, like, we had, like, boxing coaches coming up and grabbing us and hugging us and crying.
Wow, you said every other boxing coach was invited to the gala? Is that what I'm hearing right now? Every other... We had boxing coaches. They're not Ian's, of course, because he reminded him of his dad. But
and telling us how important this was to them. Yeah. We had fighters. We had friends of fighters. We had people coming.
Do you understand the level of embarrassment one would feel in Anissa Jomha's fucking loafers right now? Like, she's describing the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to her, and then she woke up and said, "Mission failed. We lost this round, but it's not over yet. Get ready for the next one." And then launched a new creator clash. Dude, I'm sorry. My soul would leave my body. I'd leave the internet in shame.
I'm saying
but Anissa is like a fucking animal here.
Thank you so much for doing this for my partner. It has built her self-esteem in a way that I've never been able to, like...
Yeah.
Billy, if you're watching, the content creator dad that we interviewed the other night, what is his name again? You know him. You actually know him.
Nicholas.
It would be sick to see you guys talk on stream or something, but it's Keith Apicary. That was his other character. The guy who plays dad in the Creator Clash thing is Keith Apicary. Apparently you know him.
We had so many people in this gala, like, so thankful. Everybody was laughing. Everybody was dancing. There was karaoke.
Nathan Barnett. Yeah, Nathan Barnett was Keith Apicary. He was also dad. That's the characters that he played. He explained this on the last stream, if you didn't watch the interview. Apparently, he has the world record for the lowest Donkey Kong score, and they put his name next to Walter Day and Billy Mitchell. And Keith Apicary had, like, -400 or something. It was like a meme, but, like... Yeah.
You had Dakota Olave, who was talking about how, like, this was, like, the most unifying thing. He was performing...
The lowest, yes.
Performing, like, Eminem with, he was performing it with Jarvis Johnson.
Think, yeah.
And it was, like, this magical, like, movie moment where it felt like this was the right thing to do for everyone as a thank you, is to have them be here and be with each other and, like, be celebrated.
Dude, I always explain it, but I never actually show it.
Watching Nicholas DeOrio's latest video.
Ski Beetle Toilet Ski Beetle Toilet Ski Beetle Toilet Palestine. BTW, if this TTS went through, that means the Israel flag emote is banned by the TTS, and I had to use Palestine instead.
Well, we had the Israel one before. I don't know. This is actually a live look at what happened during Creator Clash, okay? Like, so, like, they're like, "Hey, you enjoying the gala? Okay, so let's go take a walk really quick and we'll tell you all about Creator Clash. So I just wanted you to know that nobody made any money." What do you mean nobody made any money? Yeah, so we didn't make any money during the Creator Clash. Actually, none of the cancer kids are going to get paid or anything. They didn't even get to see the comedian. But the good thing is that we did have to have our party, and we're all having fun and drinking from the open bar. But I think that's probably pretty bad. Isn't this going to look really bad? Oh, yeah. Hey, get out of here. You guys got to stop doing these events. Yeah. That was it. They, like, walked into the garden and found out about the Creator Clash not making any money.
Because... this is a huge thing. And we had to sit there while we knew that we had lost money and go.
Dude, I love the story. In their version of the story, they're the victims. This is like Hitler talking about World War II if he'd survived. It's like, yeah, I couldn't go anywhere. They fucking hated us. I couldn't even vacation. I couldn't even go on vacation in France. They weren't really down for me anymore.
Go through all of that.
Yeah, that was really painful. Just hearing like
it was so painful reading all the bad things they were saying about me in tabloids of the countries we were trying to conquer.
So many people come up, sort of asking, inquiring, like, how'd the event do?
Yep.
Like, what are the numbers?
Yep.
And the response that I had to give everyone was basically like, "Oh, we're still counting. It takes a little while for them to come in. Don't have it."
We're hoping that a generous donor gives us a shitload of money. But by the way, what is the gala? What is the main purpose of a gala? It is to raise money. That's the point of a gala. Like, it's a fundraiser, essentially. Like, to bring in the wealthy... these are wealthy, large-scale YouTube content creators. They should be grinding for paychecks.
Any official numbers yet?
Yeah.
Oh man. So then I saw this clip. I don't know who this guy. This is oh fuck. This is Millhouse. This is Millhouse. I think he goes by Millhouse. I've done this like 15 times and I forget every time we see him again. This is Millhouse, and he's the one that went out and said that like, fuck the trafficked girl from the coach, like the coach's wife. He basically said, fuck the coach's wife.
On this camping trip is where Ian tells me, hey, I'm doing another content.
So, like, what his position is, he'll glaze anybody who's super anti-Ethan. And then the minute they, like, or somebody speaks out and says something he doesn't like, this is his position.
Cop, and I was like, oh, that's cool.
Her name is Kate. Yes, I apologize. Her name is Kate.
And he goes, yeah, it's on Ethan. And I was like, Ethan Klein? And he said, yeah, it's on Ethan Klein. And I thought, oh no, why would you do that? The reason I was so concerned.
Raimi Winter says, dude sounds whiny. Look, he is whiny. Look, again, Dad is whiny, and he's kind of annoying. He's an annoying content creator. Like, anytime he talks, he whines a lot. He complains. He's constantly, like, bitching about shit and stuff, so I don't consume his stuff.
It's crazy. I feel like he's never probably watched a video from Dad prior to having this position, right?
I recommend
Oh, he's a
watching
whiny little
Nicholas
baby loser. I only
latest
found out
video.
about him when he had a take that I didn't
From
like.
the Alps to the sea, East Germany will be free. Charlie Chaplin.
Awesome, dude. I love my TTS. You guys are one of the chats of all time. You guys are one of the chats. Thank you. And I saw this post, and I'm interested to kind of see what they take away from this. Now, obviously, it's not a positively viewed one, and if I refreshed it, it might even be gone, but... Why isn't Aaron Hansen of Game Grumps getting more hate over CC2 and 3? Like the title says, maybe there's discussions floating around about this, but I haven't been able to find any and I can't get it off my mind. Genuine question though, why is Aaron Hansen not getting hate over CC2, not raising money for charity, and CC3 being a for-profit event first and charity event second? How deep is his involvement? Hear me out. From my understanding, Real Good Touring organized CC2 and 3 events. It is co-owned and operated by Aaron Hansen. In respect to CC2, I'm lost how a good touring company would allow a client to spend so frivolously to the point where the event loses money. It reflects poorly on the event and the organizers. When Anissa's husband said the event was $250,000 in debt, he made it seem like he was personally responsible for paying it back. So does that mean that Anissa and Ian's husband are in debt to Real Good Touring? The fighters in CC2 got paid, so it's safe to assume Aaron Hansen was paid for his match against Harley. Maybe the touring company wasn't paid, but that seems unlikely since they agreed to move forward with organizing the next event. When Anissa and Ian's husband stepped down from CC3, they said the event is now being ran by a touring company who organized and hosts CC2, which would still be Real Good Touring. They made it clear that CC3 was an event for profit and a charity fundraiser on the side. Does this not make Aaron Hansen at fault for the shortcomings and deceit of CC2 in some regard? And I feel like the answer to this is probably we don't know. Now, I could say, yeah, based off of information that I have available, and I know that there is some blame to be put on them, but the amount of blame is not known. We don't know the mechanics. We don't know how much they're involved, because Aaron Hansen, unlike all these other idiots, unfortunately, the man in this situation shut his mouth. So I don't really know how much Aaron Hansen is responsible for. I know there's probably some responsibility, but unfortunately, the man in this situation didn't say anything about it. So I can't critique him, and he can't get as much hate as Anissa and Ian. And I'm wondering right now, specifically, if this is actually one of their... No, I'm kidding. Could you imagine that Anissa creates an alt account and goes, why is Aaron Hansen not getting any hate? That'd be really funny, but... I don't know. I feel like Aaron Hansen's name doesn't come up a lot at all when we're talking about this, and he's probably, like, his company is definitely getting some of those proceeds. It's just not specified how much they're making, because obviously they have to be paid, unless the money that they're paid comes out of the before it becomes proceeds. That's like an event cost, maybe. I don't know. I assume that Aaron Hansen is getting some percentage, because aren't they part owners? That's another one. I don't know how the whole thing is structured, but I figured it was because it wasn't so public. He wasn't because it's so publicly controversial. And like the answer that I'm seeing here is people saying, well, nobody's criticizing Aaron Hansen. So, I mean, wouldn't they already be doing that if he was? No, it's because he doesn't talk. We don't know. We don't know how much money they were getting from this event. We don't know how much money they got from the other event. We don't know if they made money on the last event when the charities didn't get any money at all. These are all questions that I would love to know the answers to, but ultimately the drama is now over and we're never really going to find out. It just would go... I just need to say, if you're a content creator, I wouldn't work with Real Good Touring. I don't know for a matter of fact what the mechanics are of what they could have done better or done differently, but I don't see any reason to work with these people based off of the track record of Creator Clash 2 and 3, unless they post like a detailed report of what went wrong from their end. I think that you should probably just steer clear and avoid them at any of your events and stuff. Because I don't know personally, and I think that, like, yeah, I don't know. It's what I do know doesn't sound great, and I don't think we're gonna get an official statement from the Game Grump guy. So yeah.
I just saw Keffel's tweet on Nicholas.
Nathan said he had nothing but good experiences with them. Yeah, but he's also friends with them, so I don't know the.
Why did you try to do another Creator Clash? We went to the streaming site that makes you dumb. The streaming site that makes you dumb? Yeah, the site that makes you dumb.
That's a fucking... Dude, I'm not pulling it up. That's the fucking... The beach that makes you old, dude. I went to the beach that makes me old. That's not how it works. What are you talking about? The beach can't make you old. No, I don't know, dude. The beach made me old. Yeah, that was a good one. Are you allergic to saying the words Ian or iDubbbz? You need a Claritin? Dude... We don't know what exactly his company was responsible for. We don't know who made the bad decisions, because the hate isn't actually about these events being structured. If Anissa and Ian weren't who they were, this would all be ignored. Bro, if Anissa and Ian weren't who they were, this event would never have happened. They wouldn't have gotten a chance to fix their reputation. That's the reason Ian and Anissa are who they are is the only way this event could have functioned at all, ever. What are you talking about? Anyone else hosts CC3, it never happens. Obviously, it didn't happen, but it never even gets off the ground. Like, they'd be laughed out of the room at announcement. They were the face for every one of these events. True. I agree with that. Actual answer, because it only became recently well known that Aaron had anything to do with the event. That's not well known. Yeah, fair. Even after they left the event, Ian and Anissa were the faces of Creator Clash, and with them came a lot of drama that is more than Ian refuses to use the N-word anymore. But, okay, but... Dude, the drama hasn't been Ian refuses to use the N-word video for like 4 years. At least. Probably closer to like 5 or 6. I'm sorry, dude. I understand. Maybe you've been like co-opted with different narratives, but like that wasn't what fucking people were saying. That was not the majority of the criticism for years, dude. It's always the same. They did say that. Yes! Initially, people just said that. But iDubbbz has done so much dumber shit since like... just not saying the N-word, but they keep putting it all under the same umbrella of like Nazi incels hate us, and it's so fucking annoying. You see all the fighters and people who work for Creator Clash, Harley, Dad, Coach Mike, Kate, none of them had any kind words for Ian and Anissa. Nearly every story they have for the couple is negative, and some things to do with the drama, most recently Ian telling Dad out of nowhere that he was doing a content cop and Dad saying it's a bad idea. Even the fighters who don't directly mention Ian and Anissa by name still manage to negatively implicate themselves with stories about lack of communication, which Anissa said herself she was responsible for. None of them mention Aaron, and barely mentioned the Real Good Touring Company. Aaron himself didn't really mention Creator Clash as far as I know, so surprisingly, nobody was really bringing him up. That's a pretty good answer. I'm pretty satisfied with that answer. All right, now, this is a new drama that apparently, I was sent this on Discord, and I watched this, and my first thought was, holy fuck, I dodged a bullet by not working with Dan. Obviously, Dan is, fucking Dan Saltman. Dan can't tweet, Dan can't stream, whatever his fucking name is that he goes by these days. I looked at this and I went, I'm glad I didn't work with Dan Saltman, but ultimately... it's a little bit more gray. So Dan says, well, I guess turnabout is fair play. Let me know if you still want those interior pics still. Happy to DM them to you. And Gato Fumidor, one of the most obnoxious, annoying, pathetic, grimy fucking losers that interacts with like Hasan dick-sucking communities, is saying, sounds like you're threatening to send me your most recent colonoscopy. Well, Dan wasn't. Dan was saying that he was going to send him pictures of his house. So obviously the threat of doxing is now being thrown up here. And my segment on this was initially going to be fuck Dan. And now it's more of just like, it's kind of scary where this drama is headed. And I don't really like it. I got to be honest with you. I don't really like, these are two people. This is like the staunch Ethan Klein defender who now, this is the anti-Twitch guy who's currently supporting Ethan Klein because it furthers his goals. This is a crazy Hasan Piker dick sucker who's on a power trip on Twitter,
goat.
Right?
Thank you for the $5.
That's a good way to explain it. Dan Saltman is a literal mercenary coming out here to defend whoever furthers his personal motivations, and this guy is a crazy psychopathic fucking Hasan Piker dick sucker. So Dan says, nah, I was going to send you pics of the interior where you are at instead of the gotcha. Bright yellow basement is certainly a choice. So now he's saying like, hey, here's an identifying information about the inside of your house to try to scare Gato Fumidor. And then he goes, so you still want these photos? Obviously at this point was blocked. You're like the most famous Nazi on Twitter, bro. Everyone's a Nazi, and everyone's a Nazi now. Nazi doesn't mean anything. I'm still honored to be in your sites. Also, accept my Steam invite. I play Rust. Anti-Semitism is practically baked into the game, so you're good to go. We can make it 2v2 together. And then Dan posted this extremely cringe video of fucking Mike from PA.
Hey, I found you. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Why'd you run away? I gave you the attention you wanted. It seems like like you're disabled. Anger has a function. Rage serves a function. Hey, I found.
So Dan is just saying like, hey, you want to come with me? That's fine. I'll dox the fuck out of you. Which obviously I think is a crazy escalation. Until I find out this Gato guy fucking tried to dox Dan in the middle of July. Early July, July 1st. Dude, I didn't even know about this. Dude, like, okay. So it's like counter doxing now. Dude, fuck this shit, dude. This is getting like insane. I put URR here so you know that I blocked this out. But I guess it was like Dan tweeted that these guys aren't getting any donations, right? And then this Gato Fumador freak said, imagine being a millionaire tech entrepreneur living in Miami Beach condo and choosing to spend your free time doing stuff like this. And they posted a picture of the condo that Dan supposedly lives at. I think it's a fake dox, but I covered this because this is somebody's like real address. So yeah, it's just like, yeah, URR is my seal. Yeah. So I just like, this just sucks, dude. I've been saying this for months now. People are getting like hyper violent. I mean, recently, I'm not gonna say the name of this content creator, but I watched a 45-minute segment of some guy saying that his audience should come and kill me this week. And it's still up on YouTube. It's insane. There's a fucking video out there of someone saying that we should be like doxxed, beaten, potentially to death. And he just goes on for like an hour. It's insane. I don't know what the fuck is happening right now. So these guys are like doxing each other on fucking Twitter. It's like this is escalating to a really weird place. But yeah.
I just saw Keffel's tweet on Nicholas DeOrio.
Keffel's appreciated the shout out. Bipartisan issues that both the left and the right can agree on. Release the Epstein documents. IDUBZZZ
yeah,
and
true.
Anissa are horrid honeybee,
True,
honeybee,
true.
honeybee, honeybee,
Oh,
honeybee,
no!
honeybee,
Stop!
honeybee, honeybee, honeybee,
No
honeybee,
more!
honeybee, 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 honeybee.
Oh my god, bro. I hate the update. It never did this before. It never did this before. They're doing the Destiny thing where you go lower to your enemies. Yeah, this is why I don't want to work with these people. I get it. I get this. On a fucking personal level, I get this. But do you know how like psychotic it is to have this kind of fight between these two idiots publicly? It's just normalizing like doxing and counter doxing in the space. It just sucks. It just really sucks. I saw Dan Saltman. The only reason that I knew about this, because I didn't reach out to Dan, I was just going to run this and I didn't know there was more information. Dan said, I was doing my best to add this here. The person was proudly doing his best to dox me in the very same thread. Supposedly one of those deleted messages was making reference to it. And keep in mind, we did a whole segment on this. I haven't posted the VOD yet, where they were trying to lie and say, I lived in Miami, and like Bad Empanada and Mike from PA were signal boosting an address that they thought I lived at recently. Like it's extremely weird what's been happening right now. This was not out of a blue response. He basically did a post showing a building and its address in response to one of my posts saying, any of the followers in Miami, I want some photos of the inside of this unit. This is why I got fed up with a Nazi continuing to harass, dox, and attack people and their families. He's going to be held to account for what he's been publicly, the best way possible financially. So like Dan put this like explanation here, and then I looked for it. I didn't see any tweet today, but I did see this tweet from Gato Fumador. I screenshotted it. I omitted it. It's like, this is supposedly him just like tweeting Dan's condo, which is awesome, dude. Great. This is so cool. I think that people are getting hyper violent recently, and it started around the time of the fucking CEO shooting, when everybody was like defending the guy who shot the CEO. And now it's literally just like, we can kill our enemies or dox them and harass them and do shit to them in real life if we can justify it. And a lot of people are justifying more outrageous acts now, to the point where like I'll even say the response to this on r/h3h3 kind of scares me too. Nazis should be exposed. Losers like this guy rightfully mock ICE for who cares? Oh, wow, he doesn't share the same opinion as you. Let's put him in danger. This is some like Twitter accountability cringe shit where they find a kid who said the N-word and try to make him not go to college. This is so fucking stupid, dude. I'm sorry. The deranged fuck should be outed. Why? Why? Because he wrote too many mean things on social media. Now, I get Dan. This is obviously like, yeah, okay. You threw a stone. Now somebody's going to fire a machine gun into your glass house. I get it. All right, not literally, just to be clear, not literally. It's not support. That's not me saying anything like specific. That was a bad example, but you understand what I mean. Like you throw a rock and somebody's gonna hit you with a boulder, right? I get it. That's how the world works. But just like, do these guys know that when they're even tweeting that there's like a current back and forth doxing thing? Or are they just saying like, I don't like this guy, so his shit should be all over social media? I don't know, dude. I like to think that, I don't want to play the moral card on everything, but I like to think we're better than those people. Right? I like to think that we're like better than them and we don't have to go down and just start a doxing war with every person who attacks us. I like to think we're a little bit better than them. I'm not a fan of doxing, but Gato Fumador is a great example. It's like, dude, I'm not a fan of doxing, but you've already lost. You're not the affected party here. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, I don't know. When is he going to stream next? This is why I'm addicted to checking Reddit 3 times a day. I hope Dan nails his ass. What a surprise. The low-life loser going nowhere in life, acting like a big tough guy online. Love it when they get exposed. I don't even know. We don't even know. Like, this guy could live in a mansion. Okay, Dan didn't say where he lived or what he did. This guy could have a yellow basement in a house bigger than Hasan Piker's. He could be extraordinarily wealthy. What are you going to do then? Cry? Oh no, he's hot! Dude, imagine one of these Redditors, like, we should dox this guy to find out what a loser he is, and it turns out, like, he's a fucking multi-millionaire hedge fund manager or something. Like, what would you do then? Would that make you feel better about it? And that's Dan's response here, and obviously it does change the context a bit here, but these guys don't know that. I can't even pretend to be surprised that the dude is sitting on Twitter and spewing lies and hate every day as a grown adult living at home with probably nothing going for them. That's not even there! That Dan didn't even say that! You're just praying that that's true! This guy could be like the most fucking capable person on planet Earth! He could have a fucking thriving family! He could have multiple Lamborghinis! You have no idea! Alright, the day Hasan is kicked from Twitch to Kick, dude, oh god, no, you guys are so fucking stupid. You think that he's gonna go to Kick? He's coming here. You're gonna get him banned off of Twitch and he's gonna come here. He's gonna stream with us. Dude, I don't know, bro. Oh god. Oh, this is great. This is peak Reddit euphoria. I don't condone doxing, but actually, wait, hold on. Oh. I thought he was going to say, but he threatened to dox Dan Saltman. I don't condone doxing, but people need to be scared of Dan Saltman. I guess they do. He's like a loose cannon. But I don't know. Clip it and ship it. I don't like this, dude. I don't like this at all. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry, H3. I don't like this. Hasan is has neo-Nazi orbiters. Bro, dude, they just call... Dude, this is the same subs. Like, I can't believe Hasan just called Ethan a Nazi. What did this Gato Fumador guy do? What did he do to earn the title Nazi? We're just calling everybody fucking Nazis now. Everyone is one now. You cannot see that these guys are Nazis, dude. Same pitbull energy as Ethan. I hope Ethan's not, like... doing this. I mean, I would disavow it if Ethan did it too. Dan is crazy. We need crazy to fight anti-Semitism. What are you, the ADL? What are you, the fucking ADL? What's wrong with you? The scary part is they don't know why Dan did it.
Keemstar Orbiter, Nick Oreo.
They don't even care
Mr.
why
Oreo.
Dan did it. They're just justifying the act. Like, they knew as much as I knew when I was writing the not writing the segment, but making the segment. They have no additional context. They're just okay with it. Haters, if the century is the most accurate title of the century, I need to start beef with it. No, I think that would be doxing. Got blocked by him for calling it an ex-child bride a bitch isn't criticism.
Mr. Oreo.
When everyone is a Nazi, no one is a Nazi.
Yeah. Dude, Nazi. You know what Nazi is like now? If you're in water, are you wet? Can water be wet? It's like, can dude... That's what it is, dude. That's what it is. That's the argument right now. If everyone's a Nazi, can no one be a Nazi? Ethan's story? What happened on Ethan's story? Hold on. Instagram. I'm going to pull up Ethan's story. It's going to be like, fuck yeah, dude. I love doxing. And I'm like, well, shit, dude. What is on Ethan's story right now? Is it relevant to this?
I don't respect you.
Oh
no!
Oh god, dude. Oh god. All right, well, it's come. Perfect timing. Thank you, Ethan. I guess he started watching the segment and was like, yeah, dude. I don't know. I don't know if he's actually watching. 10 minutes ago, Ethan Klein posted a brand new story with Gato Fumidor. Now, let's see what the context is here. The entire reason Elon and Ethan are rebooting this incredibly embarrassing false flag is they're hoping they can exploit dead Israeli diplomats to say, see, we really are in danger. Seems like somewhat coordinated. Part 1. Many of you have seen this Twitter user, Gato Fumidor, because his obsession with us and the depravity of his attacks. He's frequently retweeted by the likes of Hasan Piker and Taylor Lorenz as part of the defamation campaign. They will signal boost his more sane tweets to make sure everyone sees his depraved takes. They have retweeted or commented hundreds of times. Unfortunately, being an internet's fall guy has its downsides, specifically the most obvious, being held responsible. Oh, is he going to sue this guy? Because that's not the same as I'm going to post his address, you know? That's probably better than I'm going to post his address. Like, okay, hold on. Let's see. Part two. This is insulting the Gila Klein tattoo. Dude, part 2 has the tattoo. 4 minutes ago. This is probably still in progress. We might not actually get to the whole thing, but right now, we're going to have to wait for Ethan to write the next part. Someone should give Ethan the optics check before he starts putting Dan Saltman's tweets up here. If he's doing this in real time. Ethan Klein's newest tattoo, the greatest thing a man can do for his children is love their mother. Such a bizarre transactional message, like something a guy gets in the last-ditch effort to save his marriage before murdering his entire family. Yeah, it's a crazy psychopath. I agree with you. For the longest time, these attack dogs have operated with impunity, relying on their anonymity to protect them. They reveal they revel in their impunity and uttering things in a public person never would. Specifically, persistent defamation of the worst kind and the most brazen kind. Now, I don't like this whole narrative about I think leftists or liberals arguing about internet anonymity being bad when they don't like somebody sets the stage for them to say that like internet anonymity should be removed and everyone should use their, and that's a very like, that's a conservative argument that I think most of the time I see them say that stuff, like we should remove their profile pictures and they should have to put their face and name to everything they're saying. And for a liberal or a leftist to say that, you have to concede maybe that like those trans people who are hiding from their family and can't engage with trans communities and stuff through a public thing because maybe their lives are in danger because they live in some Middle Eastern country with backwards rules and backwards culture, like those people should have to show their face everywhere and say there's, and I think that's probably a losing argument, right? But I don't know. I feel like every time Israel-Palestine arguments come up, trans people lose. Now, I think it is kind of insane to say, what you think of the trans people in the middle of the conversation, but ever since Donald Trump, ever since Kamala Harris took over on the Democratic card, I literally fucking think that trans people have been handed L after L after L after L after L by people who are financially living off of defending them for the last 4 or 5 years, right? Like in the time between Donald Trump taking presidency and Donald Trump re-entering office, people made their like paychecks off of defending trans people, and they literally abandoned them at a moment's notice when Israel-Palestine came along. It's extremely funny. You couldn't go on Twitch poll and do a debate that wasn't about trans people, and now nobody talks about them anymore. People are saying they're not going to vote for Kamala Harris when it dooms them to well, dude, it was literally trans people are getting, there's a trans genocide in America, but there's a bigger genocide going on in Israel. So we're going to let Donald Trump win the election because the Democratic Party needs to know not to bring Kamala Harris on the card. That's crazy, right? Dude, we went from genocide happening in America to fuck those people really quickly. And it's really funny. Who's killing those trans people? That's not really the point of the argument. It's like these people are coming out saying there is a trans genocide due to Republican-led bills and laws that they want to pass the minute Trump gets into office. And they're like, well, even though both candidates like Israel and don't give a fuck about the Palestinians, which I'm sure you probably would have had a better run with Kamala than Trump on that one, but that's just me. That's a politics theory from the fucking non-political guy. You probably would have fared better with Kamala Harris if that's your perspective. But like simultaneously, They were also, what was the thing that Trump was, Project 2025? Was that something too? That they were claiming that Donald Trump was going to enact Project 2025 to like destroy trans rights, to blow up abortion rights, to change the military makeup, to go and like do all of these crazy fucking things. And then that went completely out the window the minute this Palestine conflict showed up. They just stopped talking about it altogether. I have no idea what these influencers are doing. It's probably a good thing that they're all running out of money. It's probably a good thing that they've all been defunded on Twitch and on YouTube. Nobody wants to watch them anymore. I probably, if I was a viewer of those content creators, I really wouldn't want to watch them either. Yeah. I don't know. You're off on this one. He said he wasn't doing Project 2025 and almost everything he's done is from Project 25. Even if that's the case, how does that change my argument? Like, I don't know what Project 2025 is. That's why I didn't say for a matter of fact if he's doing it or not doing it. But that would still be like nuclear for people who have abandoned all of their previous positions to dick suck Israel-Palestine conflict in a way that wouldn't necessarily benefit Gaza, right? That's what they did. The leftists and the liberals, maybe not all the liberals, but a percentage of liberals, or people that I perceive to be liberals because I'm politically retarded, right? They abandoned all of their previous ethics and morals to like grift off of Israel-Palestine, and then like everything that they said would happen would potentially then happen, I guess. Not that I think any of these content creators could sway an election single-handedly or even all together, but I understand why people wouldn't want to watch their content anymore, knowing that like their values flip on a dime from what they've been arguing for like the last half decade, right? You guys don't understand what Nick is saying. I don't know. I feel like I've been fairly straightforward, but if I haven't been, it's probably because I don't know anything about politics and I'm just observing. So I could be completely off about this. I have no idea. But yeah, it's yeah. You can't use "I'm not political" as a shield. I bet you know more than the average American, but you don't understand. You know where my fucking... Unironically, the reason why I can use it as a shield is because all of this knowledge that I've gotten has come from watching political content creators and observing. None of this is through research. None of this is through looking up peer-reviewed studies. None of this is from reading articles. None of this is from going... I'm reading tweets and watching videos and saying what I see. That's not research. So I don't deem that to be research. Literally against my will. Yeah. All right. While we're doing, that was an aside. I was hoping that Ethan would post the third part of his story while I was talking and ranting, and he has yet to do so. So I guess we're going to move back to this point later, but I assume it looks like part 3 to this is going to be kind of going down the Dan Saltman rabbit hole. And I think optically, if you're going to argue anything like this, the main factor is that they try to dox Dan. But otherwise, I don't really see why you should argue that like all anonymous people or anonymous people who talk shit about me online should have their anonymity stripped. Now, we haven't seen him directly say that yet, but I guess I could say it looks like it's going in that direction when part 3 of that story drops. I would be shocked if it really changes off of that direction. But this is the Dan Saltman tweet. Beazle pulled up another tweet here. Elon's Twitter page is the best argument I have for socialism. More money after a point doesn't make you happier. That's why I agree with Hasan when he says socialism isn't a poverty cult. I became more socialist once me and Ian got comfortable, and it's partially why we made Creator Clash. Well, I mean, you're probably more in line with the audience members now, as I've heard the money seems to be running dry. So that you became more socialist, the poorer you got, probably. Yeah, once you went broke. Oh, God. Yes, I did. Anonymous person. We actually did cover that. Whoever just DM'd me right now asking if I saw about the cat and Dan and doxing and stuff like that. Yes, I did see it. We did show that. That did preempt the segment, so I did include it, yeah. They're broke. Yeah, I mean, guys, look at this. I'm so socialist now. I have no money. All right, I want to take a little bit of a look at this, and that's probably the end of the segment. We might loop back to the Ethan story. I'll keep an eye open. Legal mindset. Legal mindset's been kind of a problem. I'm going to just come out and say it. I wasn't super knowledgeable on legal mindset. I don't know how much of Hasan's claims are justified, but I would be when this VOD comes out, I had to dead the VOD because I had to go back and do research on legal mindset, and eventually it will be released with the extra context, but I could not in good faith release a video bashing Hasan, and nobody had sent me the fact that like he made a video on Passport Bros. I feel like I don't hate Legal Mindset. I like Legal Mindset, but there is some weird stuff going on right now. Where's the video? Is the Legal Mindset a real lawyer? Somebody had sent me this video, and I can't find the title of it now.
Men from the East and having lots of good sex. They've been accused of many things, including they've been said that, oh, you guys.
Smaggle, do you have the Passport Bros
Nicholas,
video?
the
Legal
goat.
Mindset
Thank you for the
apparently has an
$5, my
entirely
guy.
separate channel dedicated to helping people get like the ability to go to these Asian countries. And he has one video talking about like them getting, it kind of just sounds like what my assumption on Passport Bros were, but I'm not like a big understander. I found out what Passport Bros was against my will in a YouTube video, but yeah, he has a channel. I didn't know about it, and I don't think a lot of people knew about it either. It's called Go East, helping the everyday person escape the collapsing West for the East. And this is like a real channel that he actually posts on. I didn't know that. I thought Hasan just made this up, and it's the reason why the segment hasn't come out yet. Do you learn anything consensually? Yeah, everything I cover on stream, and it hadn't come up. But where is Passport? Because it was where does anybody have the fucking? Did he take it down?
So I really.
I just saw
What is
Keffel's
this?
tweet
I like
on
watching
Nicholas DeOrio.
frenemies.
Keffels appreciated the shout out.
If you watch the show, I might say hi. But if you're in the chat, I'm a talkative guy. Maybe we'll talk over drama around us all night. We haven't covered theirs, so it might have been nice.
See, that's a good reference
But I
because
can't take
Cyrus
this
is dead.
community Gs.
Hold on. Okay, the new IG story is up, so I guess we could loop back around to that, I guess. Part 3. Oh god. The skulls. The skulls. The skulls. The skulls. The skulls. The skulls. There they are. Okay, next one. In today's age of rapidly improving technology, anonymity is nearly impossible to maintain, even for a throwaway Twitter. For example, the operator behind this account is a 37-year-old single male who is currently unemployed and living... Okay, dude. All right. There we are. Yeah, I mean, we expected this. I mean... But like, are you doing this because you want to out every hater, or are we doing this because he threatened it, or he was gonna dox Dan? Again, like, there's no context here. That's how it's gonna be reported. I don't support this. It's getting scary out there, dude. This has nothing to do with Dan. It doesn't say it has anything to do with Dan. Their example's not Dan. This person is clearly down and out, and it's a shame that they insisted on improving their lives. He's dedicated all his time and energy to snarking strangers on the internet. Now, as a result of his unforgivable acts on my family, his outlook is even more bleak. He's facing down a lifetime of soul-crushing debt and litigation. He doesn't have a wage now, but if he ever does crawl out of his mother's yellow wall... Okay, dude. I'll be garnishing every cent he earns for the rest of his life. I think you should stop hanging out with Dan Saltman. I think it would probably be good for you if you just disassociate with Dan Saltman. Because I think this is like a crazy escalation. Let's see. So this is the message that it supposedly will justify it. The unblurred images literally have the unlimited tag, so they're mocking that the skulls came from a website. And I think I read this when I covered it on the stream. Really doesn't make it better at all. Skulls shouldn't be sent to a house with kids. Don't support him. Then it says, yeah, it's terrible that Ethan did this to his own children. Maybe someone should... Yeah, so he's making comments about contacting CPS. Right? I get it. I understand it. I don't think this person is responsible for any CPS call that's came to your house. I don't know. I feel like if you're going to take a shot at him back then, fine, whatever, okay. But this is saying, unquestionably, if people are going to talk shit online about me and make these comments, I'm totally down with making them fear for their fucking safety. And like, better for worse, I think it's bad for the space and I don't like it. Sorry. I don't like the bending over backwards to justify it. If you're saying that we're counter doxing because of Dan Saltman, we're just scaring him a little bit. Sure. Okay, fine. I'm not really a huge fan of this. I'm not really a fan of this attack. Are we going to go after and dox every single person who said CPS? Are we going to go through and find out the information of every fucking Denims chatter and dox every single one of them individually? Because if not, I don't really see the point of this. Well, the reason is this guy got too many likes on Twitter. And that's kind of falling away from the actual message here that I think people should be supporting, right? He could, yeah, but he shouldn't. He probably shouldn't. I am of the belief that chatters have they believe that they're gods. They can say anything. They have no credibility to lose. They're allowed to lie. Chatters are chatters are like the final boss, okay? Because there is nothing that there's no checks and balancing act other than banning them from your community, and if you ban them, then they make that like a point against you as well. Chatters are never vetted. They basically have never really been attacked legally or anything. They have nothing to fear. They could just spread disinformation and make a new account anonymously, and you'll never even know the person has changed. I think going after chatters is funny if you do it above board. I think this is probably too far.
Nicholas, the goat. Thank you for the $5, my man.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't agree with this. I don't support this statement, and I think that he should probably peel back. All right, now funny meme again.
So I really.
L take Hunty. That's a crazy thing to post with a guy who seems to be in his fucking profile picture. I don't know if that's real. I'm just kidding. But like, unironically, like, I don't know. I don't think we should start a fucking, like what I just did, right? Like that comment right there. That's going to be the meta now. It's just like targeting every individual chatter. I'm sorry. I don't like that.
I like watching Frenemies like a lot with Ian. And we were watching an episode and
just don't post their docs or whatever. I don't know, dude.
Chapetas was talking about how much my OnlyFans sucked and I cried.
What did she say?
Was talking about how much my OnlyFans sucked and I cried for like a week.
Jesus. All right, I wish I could find this video.
I recommend
next Jubilee video.
Nicholas DeOrio's latest video.
That's an easy. I know it's an easy.
The next Jubilee video. Nick vs 20 chatters.
So with dude, Nick versus 20 chatters as Jubilee would be really funny, but unironically, I'd be stolen valor from Chud Logic. Could you imagine they call it one guy, it's just Jubilee, but like Chud Logic is hoarded by retarded chatters? That would actually probably be one of the greatest pieces of content. He's just sitting there, he's like, I literally don't fucking care about your opinion. And they bring out, it's like, hi, I'm Spinal BJ. I comment in your chat a lot. Yeah, normal day in a Chud chat. Like an IRL segment where the chatters confront him in real life with like horrible arguments. And while the Jubilee is going, Chud has to try to make arguments and stuff like he would be on a normal stream. And they have to like interrupt him. Yeah. Chud's chat was awful during today. I didn't even know Chud streamed today. Yeah, all right. I guess we'll just watch the Passport Bro video because we don't have it. This is legal lolly mindset, clip chimping everything Passport Bro video said.
For choosing women from the East and having lots of good sex, they've been accused of many things, including they've been said that, oh, you guys are just committing a different form of sex paying for sex, prostitution, whatever. Yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I can't get anything out of this video. It's like, legal mindset is nothing more than a sex okay, dude. There's like nothing here, dude. There's like, all right, cool. I mean, this looks horrible, dude. When legal lolly mindset puts it like that, this looks horrible, but it's like, it's extremely clipped.
What do you call it? Engaging in the
I will say that the video I watched before it was taken down was not a good video, in my opinion. Now, I didn't give it really the time or the effort or the energy it probably deserved, but my takeaway was, wow, I need to edit my segment because this needs to be included. So it wasn't good, and this video is over the top, but like, ultimately, there is something here that was removed.
Sex industry, that's all it is. I'm having lots of good sex. They're going to the country, they're having fun, they're meeting lovely girls, they're having a great time, having lots of good sex, and they come back to the United States, or they're trying to bring the girl back to the United States. I think that's where they go wrong. When you're somebody who's just going there, visiting, but you never stay. And if you were going to pay a lower rate, you're paying a lower rate.
So his take is that you can just go to these countries, fuck hot women, but you shouldn't bring them back with you. That's kind of what it appears to be from here, maybe, but I would need the full video. If Legal Mindset wants this, I will charitably watch this, all right? You've been on the chat, you've been in the chat before, all right? If you want to send me the full VOD so I can judge it more fairly, I'd be happy to.
Right. If anything, the United States and the West has devolved far more into the sex trade than it has in the East. I'll say it like that. I'm having lots of good sex. They're constantly going to the Dominican Republic, going to Brazil, going to Colombia, and then coming back to Kansas City, coming back to Chicago, coming back to New York, LA, these toxic American cities. I'm having lots of good sex.
Okay, dude.
I think the solution for those guys is just move. If you're looking to move to Bangkok or Tokyo or Seoul.
You can easily talk to Andrew anytime you want. Okay, but like he deleted the video while I was live, so I don't have the opportunity to do an email thing back and forth. I don't really have the ability to do that. But yeah, the Go East stuff, there's a couple of weird things that I saw. I don't think there's going to be anything interesting now. because apparently this Go East channel. Let me check Social Blade. At the very least, this kind of obscures Hasan's perspective. Okay. So he has deleted. There are deleted videos on the 12th. Is that what I'm seeing here? Video stats. Oh, video stats are in beta. And this creator hasn't earned the ability to be tracked. Okay. July 2024, November. Dude, Social Blade is worthless now. What the fuck, dude? Gained views weekly. That's 2024. That's April of 2025. So he only lost views on the 12th. Yeah, multiple. Whoa. Didn't call him up here. Wait, what is this person adding me? He got an interview on Rumble. Oh, wait, he actually does have Rumble. Maybe he didn't delete the video on Rumble. I actually didn't realize he had Rumble. Go East. This is a Twitter thread where somebody linked the video. All I can glean from the comments is people watching it and thinking it's not bad. Well, I mean, I just saw a whole thread of people saying doxing is okay, so I don't really trust them. This is the video, yeah. Removed from uploader. My response to that. The video is directed at Passport Bros. He's not claiming to be one. This post has been deleted. This is not what you're saying it is, and actually believing in Passport Bro. I'm glad I watched this. Hasan with another country. Okay, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be able to find it. It's a different interview from Tiny Channel. Unironically, what is bad about being a Passport Bro? I mean, I think it's really weird if you can't make it with women in your own country to go out and fuck countries with like a huge, like if you go to the red light district because you can't get pussy, you're probably a freak. I don't know. I think you're probably a freak. If you're going to go to these countries or whatever, just for sex, you're probably a fucking freak. Yeah. It's a big no. I don't know. Legal mindset. Lus. Apparently Lus made a video on this. Lus. By the way, my counter notification only got processed today. Crazy allegations. Multiple victims, he must sue. They're saying legal mindset must sue for defamation.
Hey guys, today I am going to give you a little bit more background.
So,
Saints. He even has a whole second channel on YouTube dedicated to teaching men in America how to become passport bros and pick up young women in
all right, I don't know if that's what it is, just to be clear.
Welcome to Go East. And as always, this is a channel where we help men escape the collapsing West for the East.
That's such a weird thing to say. The collapsing West. How is the West collapsing?
Now, we're going to be talking about a certain movement that has blown up on the internet that's gotten out there. That's right, it's the Passport Bros.
Yeah, that's the video I was watching.
There is possibility to get pretty cheap rent in Korea. What is Korea good for? Korea has really hot women. That's just...
All right, this is what I was watching. I was confused at this. It's like, I'm not like... Okay.
In Korea, what is Korea good for? Korea has really hot women. That's just very clear. Vietnamese women are extremely hot, but they're also kind of crazy. Obviously, Thailand, very open.
Dude, like, you would never hear this in a legal mindset video. I was listening to this, I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? You know? It's out of nowhere.
Of culture in Thailand. It's illegal to have sex for money in public. See, that's the deal. In public. In private, it doesn't matter. So, and the definition of private is the curtain, right? To pull the curtain, it's fine. So, just be understanding if you're a guy who wants to do that, that's available to you down there. Thai women, very much like Western men.
To the opening part of like what the passport stuff is about, and he just starts like going on a tangent about like these hot, crazy Thai women, right? So I was like, oh, okay, maybe like, I don't know if Hasan is accurate 100%, but this isn't like out of nowhere. This is not like he's made this up completely, fabricated the entire thing.
And very open to
this is not like a I have no idea what he's talking about type moment if you're a legal mindset, obviously.
So yeah, that's how it. Also, Korea, one of the capitals of plastic surgery. There are large...
Doesn't make him a pedo? Yeah, okay. This is not like co-signing every single thing Hasan Piker said about him. This is just, I did a whole segment, and I didn't know this guy had a fucking channel called Go East, where he made a whole video on Passport Bros, talking about how hot the women are in these different countries. So I do think it is worth noting that it's not completely made up, that he has anything to do with this, like, this culture, I guess.
Large-breasted women. I have seen, personally, women with G-cup boobs, H-cup boobs.
Wireless, yes. Hasan's videos are worse than this. Yeah, sure, 100%. Doesn't really make that. You can't just say Hasan Piker is bad, therefore this is not even like worth engaging with. I don't subscribe to the mindset of like this person is bad, therefore anybody else is going to be judged at a completely different metric to how we would judge other people. Why do we care? He could do what he wants because it's kind of fucking important, and it's kind of a Cope answer. And you're live. Question: can you tell me the VOD where the legal mindset video is for the Passport Bro stuff?
Oh,
which one was yours?
Wait.
Yours.
Oh, on my channel?
Yeah, he deleted the video.
Oh, I got it. Hold up. I think it is.
Is it I'm getting sued? Psycho Crash Out? Is it Dan can't stream? Dan gets
I think it was like I think it was like 3 ago. Maybe it was the Dean Withers drama. I think it was the Dean Withers drama one.
So
if it's the one that I didn't click
bros
on,
make up part of his client base.
Yeah,
I'm almost certain it's this one. Hold on, I'm just gonna double check.
Did you watch the Passport Bro allegation video that everyone was talking about, where he was sitting there talking about like how fucking hot the women are in like random countries by chance?
Yeah, I checked out some of that stuff. I checked out on a podcast episode where he was talking about fucking lady boys. It's just it starts my cover. Yeah, you didn't
What's
see
the name
that?
of the guy, Keemstar Orbiter, Nick DeOrio.
Hold on, I'll give you the
Mr.
timestamp right
Oreo.
now. It's like
the what timestamp?
Where he's talking about fucking lady boys. That I watched that at 1:54, 1 hour 54 minutes. But yeah, he was like talking about like going to like he was talking about like
Wait, hold on, shut up for 2 seconds. Shut up for 2. What is this clip?
Biggest reasons that people are looking to get out of the West to escape countries like Canada, the US, Western Europe is because feminism is out of control.
What?
Some people, they're trying to date. You're trying to date. You're trying to be honest. Maybe you're a good guy. Maybe you make a 6-figure salary and you're trying to find a good girl. You're trying to find a feminine girl. You want to have a family. You want to date. You want to have fun. Whatever it is you want to do, whether you're looking to casually date, whether you're looking to start a family, whether you want to just have long-term relationships, whatever you're looking for, if you're trying to do that in the West, you're really fighting an uphill battle.
This is like weird incel energy. I don't know what I'm watching right now.
That what you're doing is wrong, that any
dude,
type of
just go east, man. He's telling you to move east.
But like there is a substantial amount of this that is related to sex. And he deleted that video. And it's weird.
Between a man and a woman.
It's like it's totally bizarre. I don't know if I don't think anything illegal per se is happening, but like
no, I don't think it's illegal. It's just that like when Hasan Piker said he was a passport bro, everyone just kind of assumed it was entirely made up and this had literally no substance in reality. I don't know if he's a passport bro, but I know he's made multiple videos talking about like how much easier it is to date hot, sexy women in the East.
Yeah,
so
he literally has a whole channel dedicated to it.
Yeah,
entire channel.
Well, there is like going east and going there to fuck women is two different things. So it's not the whole channel dedicated to fucking women, but like there is a percentage of the content that we have seen, be it small or large. I don't know how much. We haven't watched a lot of it, but there were videos here, and there still are some because this is still uploaded. Yeah,
horrible.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure in one clip he says it like outright about like sexual activity in these countries, which is like. It's not illegal or whatever, but like he's talking about like lady boys, and it's like weird. It's like totally bizarre, just not what I was expecting. And then when the video starts off with, "Yeah, I'm in Thailand right now," I had no prior knowledge, so I made a joke about it, and then it turns out there actually are rumors of being a passport bro. I'm like,
well,
dude.
Hasan was the one who created those rumors, yeah. Unless there was something prior to that, but I didn't know anything about it. Yeah, I just wish I had the. Because the video is deleted. You had the short, but there was a whole video there that it's in that other guy's video where they're comparing him to like Johnny Somali or something. So it's called Twitch Has a Hasan Problem Fast Facts. That's something that we could use, I guess. Is that what you're saying?
The Twitch Is a Hasan Problem. Yeah, that's a video where he does like really bad legal coverage. That's
only legal coverage. So it's not this. So you found this one video, but you never saw the deleted one.
It said like 1 hour 54 minutes, but yeah, I don't think I saw the deleted one.
Thank you guys for hitting the goal. You guys have earned another goal. All right, Aiden, I appreciate you. I'm gonna get back to this. I tried to write lol, and it turned out to be like a weird fucking winky face, so I'm gonna use that anyway. Who cares? All right, I feel like that articulates my argument. I don't have to show the whole fucking first video. The clip that we have that's currently uploaded to his channel is enough to, I guess. Oh my god, there's more. What is this one?
Let's face it. There's a lot of women in the United States and Canada and Western Europe that are not fit for families. They're just not made out to be mothers. They're not made out to raise children, to deal with a husband. They're not
Okay, that one's not a good clip. This is not a good. Why is this a YouTube short?
cut out for it. We can blame it on society, feminism, the, blaming everything on the patriarchy, getting men out of the household. Whole host of issues in the West that have caused.
All right. Yeah, I mean, like, okay.
These, but regardless of the cause, the solution is getting out of that environment. You're not going to find the solution staying in the same place and getting the same results. That is the definition of insanity. If you keep searching for a good woman and exactly.
So he's saying, like, we can't breed with women in the West because they have, like, OnlyFans, and feminism are making them, like, not good housewives, and we're not getting any trad wives. So the only way that we can settle down the way that, like, God intended is by fucking Asian women in fucking Eastern countries.
To the same place. You're crazy. I'm just going to go out and say it. You're absolutely nuts. You keep trying to dig harder and harder and harder. You're not going to find that lump of gold. That's not going to happen until you remove yourself from that scenario and
I
you better your
watching
odds.
Nicholas
Okay, do you understand why we're talking about this now? Because again, I think it is relevant. We have to preempt this. Somebody has to know about this before I talk about any more legal mindset. We cannot move on and show any more legal mindset coverage until we have at least established that there's some weird shit there's weird shit afoot. Okay?
Thank you for the.
Are we
$5,
clear?
man.
That's gonna. By the way, in the edit, that's gonna be all 2 minutes, and you guys had no idea that we just sat there and looked for that for like a half an hour. But obviously, the edit is not real life, so we could just quickly. I did want to hear what he had to say. I just needed the audience to know that, like, it's not all sunshines and rainbows. Okay, this take is foul. Okay, well, I'm sorry. The take is foul for, like, locked in sides cucked retards, but for everybody else, I thank you. I hope you appreciate why we have to actually establish key information about people we're covering on stream.
LawTube versus Hasan. And this is something I thought up after pretty much most of LawTube has commented on this. Now, I know there are a few members of LawTube that have not, and I'm not going to say that all of LawTube agrees with me or, all of LawTube endorses me, but enough have...
No, he's right. Most of LawTube typically agrees. The Hasan Piker defense has been completely delusional, and you could realistically watch any lawyer that's been posting, and they'll give you essentially the same take. I haven't watched Pisco's coverage because I'm not Dan Saltman, but I guess Pisco says kind of the same thing, but also cases it a lot of, like, YouTube drama stuff, like this is bad for the space and all that stuff, and that is, like... I think they all get to the same place, just how they get to there and the ethics and morals associated with it are different.
I've commented that I can say the
Nicholas, the goat. Thank you for the $5, my man.
Yeah, like even what I meant to say is Pisco fucking thinks the case has somewhat merit. It's somewhat merited.
General consensus of LawTube is X, right? And I think that's fair. At least of the people that consider themselves part of LawTube as a greater.
Okay, we have an update on the thing that we've been constantly playing throughout the course of this segment. Wait, I'm sorry. Ethan put his shit on fucking really short, and then I clicked it, and when I went to go take the screenshot, I got something else. I'll show you that in a second. Hold on. So Ethan has posted another part to the doxing stuff on Twitter right now, 18 minutes ago. We haven't covered this one yet. There's a handful of attack dogs that operate similarly on Twitter. For the benefit of Hasan Piker and Taylor Lorenz. They know who each other are. I have the time and money to find everyone and every one of... Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I think this is like a shut off the phone moment. As you have reveled in your anonymity as a means to defame me and attack my family and children, I now reveal in shining light to the pathetic corner of the internet where you exist. I'm coming for all of you. In the meantime, and then that's referencing this guy's name. You'll be hearing from me for more soon. I have the honor to be your obedient servant, Ethan Klein. I do not agree with Ethan Klein harassing himself and his children for sympathy. Yeah, I don't know. I think but now that's the thing now. Now we're removing it from this one guy to, like, now I can use this exact same justification to target anybody who's ever said mean things about me online. And I think this is stupid. I think this is dumb. I don't think you can case it like that. Also, the next one was really funny. It was also this happened. So that's cool. Yeah, this is bad. Yeah, I don't agree with any of it. Also this happened. Yeah. Elmo's going crazy right now. Elmo's popping off. Yeah, I mean, I completely disagree.
Thing. not as a collective entity, but as a group of individuals that stream on legal topics. And for those that don't know what
Ethan losing some moral high ground. Yeah, I think that playing in the mud is probably playing in the mud when you're winning is stupid. Playing in the mud when you're losing is stupid because it's cowardly, but playing in the mud when you're winning is a stupid miscalculation, in my opinion.
LawTube is. LawTube is generally the legal streamers or the legal...
Because it bolsters and boosts this idea that these people are ontologically evil and any action I take against them is justified because they are ontologically evil. And I think that's a scary position to be in because that's an escalating factor that can cause real world consequences for people in YouTube drama.
Video makers on YouTube. Now, that can be a broader definition, that can be a more narrow definition, but generally people that are out there educating people.
Billy is doing the exact same. Is Billy out here doxing every single person who shits on him on Twitter? Billy has so much aura, I think he could get away with it. I legitimately think Billy Mitchell could dox every single person on Twitter that says he cheated in Donkey Kong, and it would be, unironically, he probably could get away with it because he has so much aura right now.
And entertaining people related to legal topics. There are lots of different channels out there that are doing legal streaming. Some of them.
Who did Ethan dox? If you're that fucking stupid and you can't see the point of my argument and you're just being like intentionally obtuse, you can get the fuck off the channel too. I don't really care.
A lot of them focus.
I'm not here to cater to you.
Focus on criminal streaming. So they'll focus on trials. They'll focus on maybe a murder case or whatever else, right? Many of them were doing.
It's about aura. Well, that was a joke, but actually, I do think that Billy Mitchell could probably do anything. I think Billy Mitchell has like level 1 million aura right now. Billy Mitchell, flattery will get you everywhere. Okay. Flattery will get you everywhere, Billy Mitchell.
The Reed trial recently. And there'll be other trials that they cover in the future.
Like if Billy posted my address to Twitter right now to spite me, I legitimately don't think I'd have any, what's the recourse? I'd look like a pussy.
And while I will sometimes cover court cases that are of personal interest or that seem particularly spicy, I don't always do that. Many other channels do that better than indeed I do. And one of the beautiful things about LawTube, one of the things that's really awesome is every single lawyer within this has their own specialty.
So what I think Legal Mindset is doing right now in the minute and 40 that we've watched of this is articulating that like, hey, all these different lawyers come from completely different backgrounds. They have tons of different types of cases. They have different histories involved in these cases. And most of them agree that Ethan Klein's lawsuit has merit, if not all of them. I don't think there's a single lawyer who stepped up and said there's no merit to this case. So when Hasan Piker says these are right-wing fucking sex trafficking pedophiles or something, it's just more of him freaking out and not really knowing what to say because his friends are getting fucked than an actual like legal knowledge dictating these arguments. It's the way that he interacts in YouTube drama land, but it doesn't really work when like case law enters the conversation. And I think that he's 100% right here.
They all have their own thing that they're really good at, their thing they know a lot about.
Yeah, I see where you're going with this.
All of them has said it doesn't look good for the orbiters at the very least. And that's saying
Shonda Black got lucky because he's a nobody. The thing is, and I actually agree with this, if you went back and watched, there was a clip that Ethan probably could have honed in on, but he said it's like, well, Shonda Black is, if I could have got him, I would have. I don't know. There was one clip where it seemed like it matched the other ones, but again, I don't know the full intent of what these guys are planning on bringing forward if this thing goes to trial, which I don't believe it will.
Something. That's definitely saying something. Someone brought up, I think there's someone brought up someone who was defending the orbiters, but the only defense I've heard of the orbiters, and there's one, there's one minor character. And
Sean,
he did not actually say they were going to win on the merits from what I heard.
Wait, oh God, is he talking shit about Pisco? Oh my God, he's actually talking about Pisco. Like, there's lawyer beef right now. One minor character. This is the only person he could possibly be describing. He's actually...
all he said was the system was broken, and it's a systemic problem, and it's not fair that people with a lot of money win.
This is the guy that keeps fighting with Dan Saltman on Twitter.
That's not
an argument that they have no merit. That's an argument that you don't believe they should.
That's not saying they're going to win on the merits. So
they would only be a lawyer. Oh, no, hold on. Before you say they're not lawyers if they're not practicing, bro, you can kick off. You can literally blast like 50% of LawTube out of the picture. Okay, a huge percent of LawTubers are not practicing.
He did not say that they're gonna.
Pisco is a name. He's like I hate doing this because they do this to me all the time and it's not justified. I was told he's a former DGG orbiter, where he was kind of like a lawyer who's like around Destiny streams and such. That's what I know about him. That would be where Dan found out who he was, but I really don't know a lot about him, and I sincerely apologize if that's not accurate, because I see people misplace me all the time with that, so I would apologize if that's the case.
A win in court.
Nick Ricada is the only real LawTuber. You just picked one that's not practicing because he's going to jail!
What he said was this,
but I know that was the intent.
System's not fair. And that's just being contrarian to be contrarian. And that's being...
No, I don't agree with this. I don't think it's contrarian to be contrarian. I think he's allowed to have that opinion. I think people are allowed to disagree with us without being contrarian. But, it's not a legal argument. It's a, this shouldn't be the way that it is, but it is argument.
Emotional to be emotional. And that's not what lawyers should do. So, yeah, that's a...
Okay, so I think he just words this shitty. I think, like, if you're going to do a legal thing, you should probably keep your personal opinion out of it and just go through the law stuff. Which is fine. I don't really watch my LawTubers for their drama knowledge. I watch them because I want law insight. I can do the drama knowledge part. If that's what he's saying, fine, sure, 100%.
That's a very... It's funny, but it's not going to win in court.
Pisco's never practiced. I didn't know that.
Right. It's not going to win in court. Okay. Damages could very well sink the creators forever. The legal funds won't help. So the legal funds are...
Yeah, the money that they've raised is like nothing.
Not going to...
Like they'll probably... If this thing goes on for a decent amount of time, I give them like 6 months with the money that I've seen them raise.
Really help these creators because number one, they're probably not even enough to pay for the lawyers. And number two, even if they have a legal fund and even if that funds their defense and they lose, which they probably will, they're going to be done. They're going to have a lot of their assets at risk for a very long time. It's not going to be good.
They're going to take... Dude, imagine you sue Anissa Jomha in 2020 and you have to like repossess her implants. Dude, her assets are at risk.
Good for Denham's, Frogan, or Casey.
I'm sorry, I'm going to have to take the left breast.
At all whatsoever. So I think the damages are something they should be very, very worried about. And I don't think even Daddy Hasan is going to be able to financially bail them out from how deep of a hole they're going to get into.
I got to be honest with you. I would be shocked if this thing goes to trial. I'd be fucking shocked. I think they're going to settle. I think they have to settle, and they're going to read a statement like Ethan did to fucking Ryan Kavanaugh, and it's over. I like, it's when people keep saying, like, oh, aren't you worried about the precedent? I go, well, none of the lawyers seem to be worried about the precedent, but, like, even if that's the case, this thing's not going to trial. I'd be surprised if one of these things goes to trial, but that would be the most likely outcome if any go to trial.
And last...
You think Ethan wants too much blood to settle? Well, I'm sorry to be the one to tell you, but Ethan's literally said he would settle. Ethan has publicly stated that he would settle. So, I mean, I think I would hold him at his word on that, probably.
It's a great one. Sean the Black got lucky. He's a nobody. So,
dude, Shonda. Shout out Shonda.
Ethan Klein had talked about suing Sean DeBlack. And I
can't believe a lawyer is saying that.
I knew who this guy was. I didn't even know what the hell happened. Because he was accused, I guess Ethan was accused of being a misogynist, I guess, because he only sued women. So he wanted to throw Sean the Black in there. He was dead to rights in terms of...
I know the clip that he's not going to have the clip here, but I think this is the clip. Yeah. Check this out. This is what I saw, and I thought that the same as a non-lawyer. I thought this clip was pretty bad.
Video, and you can't just say like, "Oh, everybody's loving it" because you sent your audience to go like the video, and then like for the most part, people just genuinely aren't watching the video on the main video feed. You know what I mean? The only people watching the video on the video feed are the people who like the video. Everybody else has decided to not give it views and watch it everywhere else. You know what I mean?
So like Sean is arguing while he had a reaction to this video, I believe, that like his understanding is all of the people who don't like Ethan are specifically watching his stream to not give him views. So I don't know if this is dead to rights. I don't really know the strategy. It might not be because he's talking about it more vaguely, but I saw this clip and I went, oh, okay, yeah, this doesn't look great for Sean. That's what, but I never thought Ethan was actually suing Sean, but I said if he is going to if he is suing Sean, okay, there is at least like one clip that sustains it.
So right there, he said the magic words. Everybody else has decided to not give it views and watch it elsewhere. And the only reason, right, is because this guy has...
Isn't it contestable? I mean, he could say what he's stating. Yeah, okay, so someone in chat said, isn't it contestable? I mean, he could literally say he's stating what's happening. That would be the argument as to why Ethan probably didn't pursue it, if he thought that he had somewhat of a case. But simultaneously, yeah, you always can contest any of these claims. Denims will be contesting these claims. That would be what the court decides, right? I don't think that Ethan had an open and shut slam dunk case like Legal Mindset is saying, but I'm not a lawyer. I don't fucking know. But ultimately, like, all of these are contestable. They're going to try to contest them.
That's like
doesn't mean they're going to win.
17K subs.
Yeah, Sean would have a better case than the other three. That's precisely why I don't think he would be sued.
This video got 8K.
It's still not a good look. Yeah, but I think they only pick the ones that are slam dunks. Unfortunately, all of them are women.
Views. That's nothing. That's a joke, right? He's got 17K subs. That's a nobody. That's nothing. That's a joke. This video got 8K views. That's nothing. It's not worth Ethan Klein going after him because he's really so broke and so puny.
Why do you think that Sean DeBlack is broke? Listen, I think Sean has a potential to be extraordinarily wealthy. Maybe Sean is streaming to small... Maybe he is like a hedge fund manager of some kind, all right? Why are we assuming that Sean DeBlack is from low income?
Right? So...
Why isn't it... Okay, all right, chat. Why are we just assuming these things of Sean?
I think he just got lucky, generally, that he wasn't sued because he really wasn't worth it. And Ethan was like, "Look, I've already got 3 lawsuits. I'm already, paying my lawyers enough."
He said he's broke. I guess. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Fair.
Do I really want to pay my lawyers?
I'm being a dick. I'm being a dick. I'm not saying that fucking Legal Mindset is racist.
Lawyers another, $50,000, $100,000 to go after this extra guy, and when he's kind of penniless and he's kind of a loser, he's kind of a nobody. Probably no. So I think that was probably the decision that came down the...
All right. I don't really think as much... Because I don't really even necessarily agree with his argument here. So I don't really think there's a... And it's like, if I disagree with it, it's not really substantial enough to really make a segment out of, to be honest. But yeah, I just wanted to hear his take on it because he's obviously gotten a lot of shit recently. But to do that, I did need to provide additional context because we kind of just glazed that last time unintentionally without knowing that there was kind of something going on with like the East account or whatever. I literally, I couldn't even conceive in my wildest dreams that this guy had a fucking account dedicated to like getting people in and getting them passports so they can go to the East or something.